In West Africa, there's this thing, Atlantis, as it's described by Plato in the original text and shit, it's like a circular structure, like a circular city with water.
We're back, boys. What's the fucking line? We are the... What is it? Oh.
Is it dark?
Nah.
Do we need the light on?
Oh, yeah. Clive Bell, can you turn the light on, please? Thanks, Queen. She's that little
That's
offsider.
Jamie.
Yeah.
There we are.
This is Deja Vu episode. Of yeah. Joey had a run-in with DMT, so he's going to talk about that.
We do the whole thing again. Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
It's official. Guys, Joey is literally part of the furniture.
Look, Joey is just...
Welcome.
Joey's local. He's always down. He's got good chat. He's always up for a fun time. So if we got nothing on and Joey has stuff to talk about or he's not busy, he's going to come around.
100%.
We'll still do the solo ones if he can't come or whatever.
course,
or
of
anything, you know, but if Joey wants to come, he can come. He's welcome anytime.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother.
So
Thanks a lot,
basically, he's like our new bloody co-host, basically, boys. You should do the intro. Maybe next time.
Next time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, put me on the spot now.
Yeah, okay. You got to think of like a cool little intro.
Yeah.
Okay, episode 54.
54.
I
yeah.
don't know,
Fuck
man.
me.
I've had a fucked week. I don't know.
Yeah,
man.
you explain what's been going on with you, man. Fuck.
I've just been fucking busy, bro. I've been
work?
working too much, man. Fucking, I'm hardly spending time with my fucking kid and shit. I feel guilty. So this podcast has to start bringing in the bacon soon, because otherwise it's hard to justify wasting my time fucking around so much. But anyway, it was a good week. Been a busy week, but a good week. Today I'm getting back into the grind of things.
And you're saying you went to the gym and...
Well, I forced, because I was sick. I got sick earlier this week, and I took some days off the gym. And then today, I didn't want to wake up to my alarm, but I woke up anyway. I didn't want to go to the gym. I went to the gym anyway. I got to the gym. I didn't want to do back. I was going to do arms instead and just cheat again and do arms for the fucking sixth time in fucking 7 days. But I did back. I didn't want to have a cold shower when I finished. But guess what? I had a cold shower anyway. And you know what? When I got to work, I felt fucking incredible. I felt so good. That, you know, that refreshing feeling from the shower, or like when you have a refreshing drink, that lasted ages. Like I was at work and... You know, like in a cartoon or like a game when something's really clean and they got the sparkles on it and it's sparkling. I felt like that, bro. I literally felt like I was sparkling, man. Like I felt fucking incredible. I was so glad I did everything. The whole morning I was dreading doing all those things. Every step I wanted to quit, but I did it anyway. And I was so rewarded for that. Like I felt fucking amazing. So just... That's what we keep saying, man. Do the things you don't want to do because it's worth it.
Does it get comfortable being uncomfortable? That shit?
That's right.
Yeah.
100%. No, I've got a weird story too about the cold shower thing, man. This is no cap as well. So we've been preaching about the cold showers and all that, right? And I was on I ruined the streak. I was on maybe about I got to 2.5 weeks, right? Cold showers every day. And then literally on Tuesday, Arvo, right? I just forgot, bro. I don't know what happened. I didn't have one. Guess what fucking happened, bro? Didn't have one. I got out of the shower and I just woke up. I fucking fell asleep and had an Arvo nap. It was my first Arvo nap in ages.
In the shower?
No, like when I got out. No, I didn't like fall asleep in the shower, but I got out of the shower and I realized I was like, I didn't feel like good. I felt like sluggish still and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, fuck, I forgot to have the fucking shower. I was like, fuck. I was like, I feel like shit. So I was like, fuck, should I quickly just jump in and blast myself with the cold water? What do I do? And I was like, all right, fuck it. Like, whatever. It is what it is. I missed a day. Fucking wrong mentality, man. I should have jumped back in that shower and punished myself, bro, with a 5-minute cold shower because, like I said, I got out and I just woke up. And I was on the lounge, bro, with the dogs on me and shit. And I was like, it was like 4:30, almost 5 o'clock. I was like, oh my God, I just fucking fell asleep and didn't even realize because I was sluggish and tired. I didn't realize the cold showers is what kept me awake for the Arvo.
Yeah.
It's like literally replace that Arvo coffee kind of thing.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
were we talking full cold as well? Like, or like just on
No, full blast, bro. Full cold, bro.
Man, I struggle with that shit, bro. Like, yeah, I tried James. I went over James and Sal's tried his like cold plunge.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they got that little fridge thing. Yeah.
It's like 6 or 2 degrees or whatever it is. But even the cold shower, man, I get to a certain thing and I'm like, yeah, that's enough. That's it. Which really it's not. Like you got to stand under there.
Full blast
You know, after you start doing it for a while, the shower all the way is nothing, man.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah,
can
yeah.
stand under there. I'm like, I'm starting to feel like it's not even cold enough to get the benefit, but it's just because you get used to it.
Yeah, yeah. It's like going to the beach and you go in the beach water and you're like, fuck. Like the first few like seconds and then you're like, oh, it's sweet. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I'm bad with the beach water, but I'm keen to go to the beach. I haven't gone in a while, and see if I can do it now.
Yeah, well,
I used to be
surely.
bad.
When
man.
we went to Guatemala and we're jumping off the rocks, right? That's another thing we can talk about, the whole jumping off that
damn.
rock, man.
Yeah.
Fuck, but I went to, so I'm usually real bad with like the beach and that, and I hate the cold water and I hate swimming and shit. But we were at Guatemala and the water was kind of cold at the beach side, but I just jumped straight in. And I was like swimming and I was like, oh fuck, I was like, this feels fucking mad. It's not even that cold. And a few of the boys like, bro, it's fucking freezing and shit. And I'm like, bro, it's not even that cold. And I'm like, wait a second. I was like, I think this could be the cold shower. It was helping me a little bit, bro. And I was like, fuck yeah. And I was like, whoa. Like I was fucking like, but I fucked the streak up. So I'm back now. My second day now.
but if you like warm showers, you're normal as well. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Well, no, yeah, it's fine. Like, don't get me wrong. I still start with the warm shower. I clean myself in the warm water. And then at the end,
does it count if you do the last 10 seconds, or are you supposed to? Is it like a full cold shower
After the gym,
like washing yourself with cold, everything cold?
when I go when I finish working out in the morning, I don't no warm at all. I was full cold in the gym, just cold shower completely.
Shit,
and
man.
then when I get home at night after work or whatever, then I'll have a normal shower.
Yeah.
But
You need to
also
try it,
in the
bro.
normal shower, I do the cold at the end.
At the end, yeah.
just
Okay.
to refresh it. But like, it's good to time yourself in there too, because once you start do you time yourself? Count
No,
your
I
hand?
haven't been time. So I'll admit when I first got into it, the first like week I did it, I was dead set doing like 10 seconds, not even 7, 8 seconds. I was just going, and I was like, oh my god. And I was just trying to hold it, and then I turn it off. And then after when I got to like the second, maybe not even, it was a couple days. I got towards the end of that first week, and it was getting longer, and I was like doing my hair and like doing my back, and then like I was letting my legs dangle in it, and I was getting my face, and I was able to do like my full body kind of thing, and I was like, obviously not enjoying the cold water, but I was addicted. I'm addicted to that afterwards feeling now.
Yeah.
It's like that's the feeling I'm hunting for. It's when I get out, I'm just like literally, bro. Do you know how many times I get out of that shower and I literally just woo? I go to the I go, whoa!
You like Ric Flair that bitch.
Yeah, literally,
It's
bro.
the nature boy.
Yeah, literally, I'm doing that shit. I'm like, bro, like it's fucking awesome, bro.
Yeah.
So fucking guys, do it. You pussies, fucking get into it, man. It's fucking amazing. So other than that, how was your week? How's work?
Yeah, work's pretty good, man. I'm flat out, but I've been implementing a bit more cardio in my daily regime. You know what I mean? Like, because I'm on my feet all day. I do like you know how your phone, I don't know how accurate it is, but you know the health app, it tracks your steps.
The steps, yeah.
It's probably off a bit, but man, my average is like 20,000 steps a day, bro. So it's just like, and then now, as well as weight training, because like for years I've been doing just weight training, and then as soon as I go to run for something, like whatever that may be, like, have you ever just like, I don't know what you're doing, but you run, you're not necessarily working out, but you just run a bit and you realize, you're like, shit, I am so unfit. Like you look fit, like you could look fit, right? But I think the most like healthiest way to be is like true health is how good your cardio is. It's not how buff you look or how good you look like muscle wise. It's like how far can you run? You know what I mean? In an event of a zombie apocalypse, I'll tell you what they're going to kill first. The fatties, the unfit, and the old. You know what I mean? So it's just like, I want to be able to just run those motherfuckers. Like, run forever. So now I'm doing every Tuesday. So I'll train like weight training Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and maybe Saturday. I'll just do weight training. But then Tuesday I'll go for a 5 kilometer run. And every week I'll up it by 10%. So I might be like 5 turns into, I don't know, 5.5. Then 5.5 will turn into 6. 6 will turn into 6.5. But then on Thursday I'll do my own boxing class and just hit the bag and with a few combos, and I do it for time. So I time myself, I do different combos, and at the end throw them all together. And then I do this game, or not game, but it's an exercise. And I downloaded an app called Deck of Cards, and each suit is a different exercise. So diamonds are burpees. Clubs are renegade rows. Spades are on the bike. And then what else is there? Clubs. Clubs is like the ski erg. And then like whatever card you pick, 9 of clubs is like the ski erg or whatever, and then you do 9 calories on the ski erg, you know what I mean? And you don't stop. You got to go through 52 cards, bro. And I'm not talking about 52 cards. And when I say 52 cards,
do all the cards
are non-stop, bro. So you're doing bike, renegade rows, burpees, non-stop for 52 cards, just myself. So I do the boxing thing. The other day, I came out drenched, bro. You know what I mean? But like, that's what I'm saying. I want to try and
push
not
yourself.
just, not just like, oh, I'm going to do back today. I'm going to do buys. I'm going to do, like, I want to be able to say, like, you know, I can not only lift weights, but my cardio is good. Because I feel like that's, I don't know, like your longevity of life is dependent on like, obviously what you put in your body. You don't have to train. Obviously you eat kind of healthy, whatever. But like, you know, how good's your heart? Like I got bad hearts on my dad's side. Like 4 of my uncles have had either heart attacks or stents put in.
Oh, really?
So it's like genetic in my family. On my dad's side, hearts are pretty shit.
Oh, no.
So I'm trying now to implement more cardio.
Yeah.
As opposed to just lifting weights. So, I mean, that's what's new in my life. Just trying to, other than work, just trying to keep accountable for staying fit. And plus I feel good after, you know what I mean? Like,
that's I 100% agree. You need to sprinkle in the cardio, because I realized too, when I started playing OzTag with the boys on Thursday night to play OzTag, man, that first game we played maybe 2 years ago now, I think we're on our 3rd season. That first game we played, bro, I shit you not, man, I was like on the verge of vomiting. Me and the boys were fucked. Me, Adzi, Brad, Diamond. Don't get me wrong, we won our first OzTag game ever. And I'm a soccer player, bro. Fucking half the boys don't leave their fucking computer chairs and shit. But we won, bro. So we've got that, because when we were younger, we're all especially like in primary school, Diamond and all that knows, we were very competitive. Before we were nerds and partying, we were into sport. And so we've got that competitive side to us, but we just over the years turned into fat nerds, right? But we got that edge to us, that aggressiveness, but the fitness, man, bro, it was nuts. It's gotten a bit better over the years, but what's so cool to me is the cunts that can sprint. So, I'm pretty...
You're fast. When I seen you run for the first time, bro, I thought you'd look at the most uncoerced cunt, because I've never seen you play sport, bro.
I'm pretty fast.
Fast.
But the thing is there's always that one guy on the other team that's faster. And it's always me and him. And I'm chasing this cunt, trying to grab his tag. And I give myself my little legs, right? So 1 step for me is like the average bloke's 2 steps kind of thing. So I'm fucking sprinting. And I'm just like... And a lot of the time... Sometimes I catch him. But a lot of the times I don't. And I'm like, fuck. And then he'll be like, man, fuck, like, good run. I'm like, yeah, nah, good run. And I'm just thinking in my head, I'm like, you can't. I'm jealous. I'm like, fuck, man, how are you so quick?
Yeah.
How are you so quick? And I really, God forbid, well, not God forbid because I'm not religious, but I do, touch wood, really want to get back into the fitness and that. Like, it's cool, man. Like, being able to run to me is fucking dope, bro.
Yeah.
Because I see those cunts sprint, man. And oh my God, like I get jealous. I'm like, fuck, man, you can run, cunt. Like, that's fucking cool, bro.
I always wonder, how can someone run faster than someone else? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're doing the same thing. How is it that, like, Usain Bolt, right? Fastest
guy
man
in the world.
How is he the fastest man? Surely there's other people that are fucking
First of all,
doing the same shit.
African genetics are
insane.
crazy.
Have you seen the memes where it's like, it's a white guy. He's like, finally started bodybuilding for 3 years, and I look like a black guy that doesn't go to the gym. I finally look like a black guy that doesn't go to the gym.
Yeah.
Their genetics are fucking insane.
It's nuts, man.
But I have mates that like, shout out to Christian Cordova and Clayton, that they have true exercise science, like PTs, and they do like a combination of weight training and running as well, like cardio. But they do like I went for a run with my mate Christian and my mate Dylan, and we went for 5K run. But sometimes Clayton and Christian, they go for like 10K runs. They're doing it in 40 something minutes. Their pace is like 4 minutes something per kilometer, which it's hard to imagine how quick that is, but I do mine in like 6 minutes a kilometer, which is like slow. But they're doing like faster pace. Like you said, they're doing the same thing as me, but their endurance is better. Their strides are better. And it's how you run as well. Like,
it's a breathing too, right? The big thing.
Yeah. And nowadays you can get shoes that Bluetooth to your phone, and they tell you, like my mate has shoes, and they I don't know how they work, but it Bluetooths to your phone, and it tells you, like, because he's got his headphones in to his shoes, and he's like, it says, look up, because he's tired. He's looking down. He goes, oh shit. He looks up. And then then it goes, move your arms more, because his arms are, so he moves his arms. And then he goes, what what does it say? It says like land on your forefoot, because he was running with his heels. Because when you hit the ground with your heels heavy, when you run, it's more efficient to go on the balls of your feet. You know what I mean? Because when you do that on your heels, it kind of stops momentum, and it's bad for your knees, like worse. So it's like lean on your forefoot more. So he's just like, oh, what the fuck? So this thing's literally telling him what to do, bro. Man. So like, it's about, like you said, like it's not just genetics. It's like obviously repetition, form. Your breathing, slow your breathing down. Like my breath, when I run, my breath wants to go.
Yeah, no, you gotta.
Really, because I reckon, and after a while, it's mind over matter. When your body gets used to, it's like the cold showers. Once your body gets past that, it's just mental. Like you gotta, when you're timing yourself in the shower, it's like you got past that point where you're like, this is all mental now. And I feel like when you get fit enough running, it's just about, oh, we've done 6K, let's push it to 6.5, and it's all mental. Like the whole time, I don't listen to music when I run either. David Goggins once said it was cheating. He's a fucking freak though. Like no one can.
What do you mean, bro?
I don't think it's cheating, but like he just says, he goes, "You need to be alone with your thoughts." He's like, like basically he thinks that music is like
a distraction,
and you're kind of. But then to me, it's like, but you're still running. So who cares how you get there? If I run 6Ks with music on, listen to fucking, I don't know. Fucking, what's the guy's name? Fucking DMX. Is it DMX?
Oh, DMX. X gon' give it to you.
If I'm listening to that motherfucker, or if I'm listening to the birds, but some people say, oh, be more present, be more mindful, and maybe just take in more, which lately I've been doing. It's boring, and I'm just listening to myself die. I'm just like,
nah.
But now I'm just like, I won't listen to any music while I run for now.
I kind of feel like that too. I get it. I listen to music, or at least a podcast, every time when I'm in the gym, every time. But like, I kind of want to be able to not, because you know the muscle mind connection where, like, I saw a video of Arnold Schwarzenegger saying that, like, other people be working. He can't just go in the gym and just do bicep curls and shit. And he sees other guys who train with him doing this, and they look like shit. Because they're not in the muscle. You have to put your brain and and when you're listening to music, I can kind of see how it's a little bit, like, it takes you out of the present a little bit. So I feel like with silence, I'd be able to kind of.
But still, with music, you could still really focus.
Yeah,
you use the music as your focus point to really get that form down kind of thing. You know what I mean?
But I feel like without it, you might just be able to get a bit more of a meditative state.
I can see both sides, because sometimes
it depends what mood you're in.
You need that push sometimes of like just listening to some like
till I collapse shit. Eminem, bro. In the bench press.
Yeah.
That shit's mad. His little speech at start too. He's like, when you feel weak, you gotta get that inner strength and pull that shit out of him. I'm like, fuck it. Till I collapse.
He's that guy in the gym going,
until the song finishes and
he's like, oh fuck yeah.
No, but music is a big help too. In that sense.
I mean, back to when we went to the beach, Guatemala. If anyone's been there, how honestly, because I'm a very bad judge of fucking distance and shit. How high did you think that jump was? Honest truth, 5 meters, 6 meters? Nah, 5 meters.
More than 5, bro. Surely, I reckon about.
You reckon?
I reckon 5 to 7 meters. I reckon.
Have you been to the Guatemala jump rock?
I've been to Guatemala. I can't remember the rock.
I think it's more than 5. I reckon it's more to 7, 8, bro. I'm telling you, it's bigger than the one at Camberoo.
I jumped off the one, the tallest one. Me and McCann.
Same, I did as well. Later.
The little rock. The thing is, right? No one was jumping all day, and then we were like, me and Mike are like, right, boys, me, Joey, Mike, McCann were like, all right, let's go to the rock. I'm gonna jump off. No one's jumping off the rock, but everyone's hanging around the rock, waiting for that cunt to jump off this rock, right? It's at least minimum 6 meters. Easy, right? And then there's another part that's like another 2 meters taller than that, right? So we went to the 6 meter one first. We get up there. I shit you not. Joey can confirm this. There was a fucking sign up there saying, don't jump, people have died. Now, I don't know if that's a scare tactic or what, right? Because at 2 hours into the day, the lifeguards are sitting there watching people jump off the rock, right? They can't stop you from jumping. Anyway, and then when we got up there, I was shitting my pants, bro. And I've done the jump before, years ago. And I got up there, and when you get up to the top of this rock and everyone's watching you, I was like, I looked over and I was like, oh, fuck, bro. Because I went first as well. I'm like, I'm like, fuck. I was like, what the fuck am I doing? And then in your head, you're just thinking, fuck, okay. Because then you just don't want to fuck the jump up. You don't want to jump too close to the rock and like knock yourself out and shit. I was standing up, then I'm like, okay, fuck. I was like, nah. I was like, fuck this. I was like, I've done this before. I'm jumping. And then Mike's like, yeah, nah, I'm not going first. I'm like, fuck it, I'm jumping. So I go, boom. And as soon as I left that rock, it's kind of like you regret it for a split second.
Yeah.
Because you panic. And then after that split second, you hit the 1 second mark, you've already started free falling. And I was like, yeah, this is fucking mad. Boom, pin drop into the water. And then we did it multiple times. And every time I got to the top, I was shitting my pants. Like, how did you feel the same? Or were you not scared after a couple times?
I feel like after...
You were fucking leaping off it at some point, bro. You were getting run-ups and shit.
The first time, I kind of like, I didn't jump off. I just... I just stepped off. Yeah. I didn't want to get any higher than it already was. But then the second time I was kind of like, you know those cunts that go, they jump and then they hold their feet almost and they go, I was trying to get as much air as I could. But you're right, Iggy, like every time you jump, there is a point where you have so much time to think. Like you're like, and the water's just coming so fast to you and you're just like, oh shit. And like last minute, you would just hear me go, and then I'll just hit the water. But some people, man, like you got to leap out to not hit the rocks at the bottom because if you just jump, like, bro, you got to jump far.
Yeah.
But the trick is there was this Mexican or Spanish guy that was going in after us because we started today. Like, we started. Like you said, no one else was jumping.
And then after we jumped, everyone started lining up to jump on this rock.
So this one guy is pretty big bloke as well.
This is the guy that kept shitting himself and going like that. And we're going, nah, they're puto.
This guy was up there for no joke, probably 20 minutes or more, right? And then it got to the point where everyone was looking and recording, like some Asian girls were there. And then he's just like, and we go, should we clap him on? So we're like, yeah, let's clap him. So we all start going, and then I don't know if he knows what a clap, like how that works, but we started getting faster and I thought if he's going to do it, it's going to be now. And we got to the point where you can't clap any faster. And we just stopped. Whatever. Like, and I'm like, just do it.
Just do it, you pussy.
Then finally he done it after like
20 minutes. But the scary thing is because people like that, the guys that are constantly hesitating, they're the ones that scare me the most because they're the ones that hurt themselves because as soon as their feet leave that solid ground, they're the blokes that tend to panic and try to pull back kind of thing and stop themselves from doing what they just done.
Yeah.
And man, like, because there was a couple of people, right, Indians and that, they weren't jumping, they were just stepping off the thing. And we're going, bro, like, you got to leap because you're going to even if you just knock your head a little bit, you're going to fucking hurt yourself on the way down, bro. And these guys are just coming up and stepping off it and like screaming and trying to flail their arms around. I'm like, oh my God, bro. I'm like, someone's going to hurt themselves, bro. But yeah, that shit was, it was fucked.
But like, it's crazy because like, sorry. Like Will Smith said it in one of his like inspirational talks where he was talking before he slapped Chris Rock. But but he was saying like fear, like he went skydiving and it's like, it's crazy what fear does to you because it is mainly, unless it's actually dangerous, then obviously you're rightfully like to like feel fear. But when like, you know, something like skydiving or jumping off a rock that's perfectly normal to jump off, it's fear that's stopping you. And then but as soon as you like spend too much time thinking about it, like that Mexican bloke that was like 20, when we were up there, we took one look over. Okay, run, jump. And don't think about it. And you're sweet. And then after, it's so exhilarating and you're like, oh, it's actually not that bad. So like you can use that in other aspects of life. You know what I
mean? When was
certain
that?
Aspects.
This was
2 weeks ago? Or
2 weeks ago.
This is,
yeah,
2 weekends ago. It was for Josh's birthday, just before his birthday.
This is when you first told me about the DMT thing. So and then you come on the podcast like the next week. So 2 weeks ago.
Oh.
Would you jump off it?
Yeah, of course I'd fucking jump off it. But what you said is exactly right. The way you approach those things is just do it, man. Because your mind is going to try fucking stop you, man.
And that's in everything in life,
man.
right?
Like, everything. If you know you've evaluated the danger, obviously, like you said, and you know what you're doing is safe and reasonable, just do it, man. Fuck, your brain's going to always try to stop you. If you sit there for too long, it's just going to get away from you, man. You just got to do it.
And mind you, and then after we started jumping, bro, there was these guys that were younger than us. They were no cap backflipping off this thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow. I was like, well, they just took our thunder because we were like the first guys that did it. And then these little kids go up there and then they literally, like he just walked up to it, looked down, turned around, and he's standing on the edge of this fucking 7 meter drop on his tippy toes. And I'm going... everyone's going, no way. And he just goes, whoosh, like Assassin's Creed. Like,
it literally did. When you get to the top of the eagle, you're like,
yeah.
But he did that backwards. But the thing is, he didn't jump like a weirdo.
Just fell.
He just fell, but almost like with his tippy toes, fell, but pushed off.
Yeah.
And then halfway down, he was like this. Then halfway down, timed it perfectly, and his legs hit the water, but effortlessly, bro. Yeah. It was like, do you know how like they do it in the Olympics, the dives? They get 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like,
I was like, you show up. Like, I was like, fucking asshole.
Yeah,
fucking took the fun, man.
That's awesome.
Did you write any notes for your first official?
I didn't.
Co-host?
I'm sorry. I was
fine.
fucking busy but I wasn't sure how it fully worked. I know you said write down notes, but I thought you meant come here today and write down notes.
No. Half the time I don't write notes either. We just fucking
a lot of the time
we just fucking. So I do. First of all, honorable shout out again to Kyle Whitehill, man. He's a fucking he's one of our top fans, and he DM'd me, basically, just asking me for like videos and how to just get into trading and that. Not as a full on serious thing, but just to start learning and stuff. I was like, so good on you, man. You've taken that first step. So I'm gonna help you out, send you some videos and that. So yeah, fucking shout out, bro. I know he's been listening for a fucking while, and the cunt's on Instagram. He's catching monster fish, bro.
Yeah,
the cunt,
I see it all the time.
monster flatties.
we need to take him on our next fishing trip.
Yeah, bro. Fucking help us out. Yes, I was wrong. MDMA is not a tree sap.
Yeah.
I love you, Iggy, but like certain things, I was like, oh, we can't, because I know those people that will be watching it. They'll be like,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I don't want to spread misinformation, but yeah.
Where did you get it from again? Iggy's book.
His ass. That's what
Iggy's book of
Iggy's encyclopedia.
That's
which,
right.
I had to go back to.
So if anyone has a copy of Iggy's encyclopedia, politely burn it.
Or just that page. Because
that page.
The rest of the info is all right.
The one about Egyptian hieroglyphs being made.
Hey, that's still no proof on that one. But did you guys see Harry Styles won the fucking?
Yeah, fuck the Grammys, man.
No, but did you see what they were doing to him though?
No.
So he during his acceptance speech and that, so he won some Grammy, and this was like against Beyonce and that too. So it's a pretty big deal for him anyway. I don't give a fuck. But what caught my attention was, so he was up there, and I don't know where the beef started, but people are like yelling, like booing him, throwing shit at him, trying to like screaming, get off, like literally like get off the stage. And people are going, fuck you, Harry, Beyonce should have won, all this shit. And I was like, whoa, what the fuck? I wasn't able to find too much information on just what, like they just bashing this guy for some weird reason.
I don't know if it has anything to do with him.
But I think they just want Beyonce to win.
Yeah.
But fuck Beyonce. When was the last time Beyonce even released fucking music?
Listen,
Who
can I
cares
tell you
about fucking Beyonce?
Okay. Oh, fuck. I forget what country, but maybe it was in Dubai or something. But she got paid $24 million for one show. And it was that, I promise, and Tori Benrose, she's never wrong, my missus. She looked it up. But like I know I'm not making it up, but she looked it up.
Mil.
Well, she didn't look it up. She's seen, and she was like, she got paid $24 million. I think the Saudis, because it's like Saudi money, and they paid her $24 million for like one show. That's one night. You know what I mean? And like, yeah, because there was like videos of her and Jay-Z rocking up, and like all these sheiks in their like clothing and stuff. And yeah, like they just got so much money, man. They just hired her for the night. And then just like play this and play whatever you want, like, and because I think she dropped an album, but they make it so her music isn't on Spotify. You have to like I don't know how you get her music, but it's not like available just on Spotify. I don't think. I might be wrong, but I think she's had this thing where it's like on another platform or something.
Oh,
really?
Is it because Jay-Z owns Tidal or whatever? Jay-Z owns Tidal, which is the other Spotify. It's a Spotify, but it's his.
Maybe that because
it's probably exclusive on Tidal.
Yeah, because then they get more. I think because they get more of a cut rather than being on Spotify. It's more easily accessible.
Something like that, yeah.
But that wealthy, who gives a fuck? Just put it on Spotify, bro. You know that?
Yeah, like,
well, yeah. If Jay-Z owns Tidal, fuck all them.
No one uses fucking Tidal.
Yeah,
bro.
but how would that work though? He'd get a cut of everything. If he's the owner.
Yeah.
If you're the
It's his
big
thing,
boss, bro, you get paid out every time. Like,
It always seems to be the less you hear about some people, right? It doesn't necessarily mean they're doing bad. Like some just fall off, right? But 50 Cent, for example, you'd never hear about him, but you know he's doing well. Like he's like more of a businessman. He's got his hands in different everything, but you don't hear about it because you just hear the music and it's like whatever. A$AP Rocky, he's into fashion now. He's doing whatever, killing it, but you never hear from him. Kind of lost his touch a bit with like, you know, I like his older shit better.
Of course.
But just saying like, just because you don't hear people much anymore doesn't necessarily mean they're doing bad.
well, every wealthy person, it's just a known fact that doesn't matter what it is in life, right? Music, sport, whatever. Once you get wealth from one thing, from one income, you have to then branch out because it's not healthy or safe for your money to just have one income. Don't get me wrong. Jay-Z, yes. Beyonce, yes. Kanye West, A$AP Rocky, could they survive off just their music income? Yeah, probably. But real estate, fashion, fucking food, coffee, fucking brands, alcohol, it's all, they all straight away branch off, bro. And then the moment they do that, the wealth just literally like quadruples, bro.
Yeah. But when you're that rich, I think they're focusing on generational wealth, where when you're trying to get by, like people like us, we're trying to get, you know, wealthy, make money, but we're focusing more on like the immediate, like who can benefit, like us, our loved ones, whatever. But some people are in that position where they can focus on not just who's around now, but who will be around. Like Conor McGregor, he's got fuck you money. Joe Rogan, he's got generational fucking wealth. Dana White, fucking all these celebrities we just discussed, like Beyonce, Jay-Z, their grandkids are looked after, you know, unless they're deadbeats and they just spend it on drugs and fuck their lives up. But even then, they're going to be a one rich junkie. You know what I mean? Like,
imagine being one of those kids too, just being fucking, imagine being fucking Kanye West kid, like you're just born.
What is it, north fucking southeast?
And then how do you raise them to not be spoiled brats? Like it's hard, like because then how would they have that work ethic? Like you can't tell me that Jay-Z's kids or fucking Kanye's kids are gonna have like necessarily the same drive as like someone that needs to hustle, like from like, I don't know, fucking Western Sydney or wherever.
Well, that's why Gordon Ramsay makes his kids fucking work and shit. Have you heard that? Gordon Ramsay, like, so when they fly, he'll fly like first class and shit because he says like he earned his money. Like, he earned it. He makes the kids fly coach and shit, and they like fucking work and shit.
Oh, that's a bit rough,
like,
man.
Not with everything. Like they still get to live in a big house and have.
Yeah, imagine that he's got like a dog kennel.
They're out in the back, fucking. I couldn't do that to my kids.
Me neither, man. If I'm doing this so no one has to fucking work, you know.
Yeah, that's the whole fucking point, man. Fuck
work, man.
Yeah, hard.
Fucking. What else did I fucking write down? Yeah, so still touching on the music thing. Now the Devils have got Sam Smith now. He's dressing in red robes with the fucking horns on his head and shit. Like, what the?
Didn't he marry himself, Sam Smith? He married himself.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he had a wedding, right?
With himself.
I swear to God, because he goes, no one's gonna love me more than I can love myself, and he literally had people. I don't know if he paid them to come, but he literally had a wedding. You can look it up. He had a wedding to himself. He married himself. So that's when you know you got that much money, bro. How does that work?
Strange.
Does he stand on one side of the priest and go, I do, and then rushes across? I do.
And like suck himself off.
Yeah, he writes his own vows for himself. Like, fuck, man.
Yeah, he's terrible, that guy. His fucking song sucks. Have you seen the video where it's like, fuck us? It's one of those videos where it's funny when you watch it. But anyway, it's like when you're in a car crash and the worst song plays and he crashes and he's like,
it's Sam Smith.
Like, Mommy, no. And he gets up quickly and turns it off. And goes back.
And apparently, I haven't seen it, but apparently the video clip to that's like gnarly as well.
Yeah, I get everyone's saying like devil worship and shit, and probably is. I get that. But also, the song's called Unholy. So like,
there's a bit of a theme to it.
You know what I mean? There's a bit of a theme. So I don't think you necessarily have to be a devil worshipping, fucking blood sucking. I believe he probably is, but you know, I feel like it's not that weird for him to dress up as Satan and do all that shit, especially when he's gay and he's like Lil Nas X and does all the dancing and all that shit.
Yeah, like
I don't think it's that strange, the video clip and that what he's done, because the song is unholy. It's a bit of a theme.
Did you see the video clip?
I don't know. I don't think so. I know of it. I know of the controversy and shit, that especially at the Grammys he did a performance too. He was doing the same shit.
It shouldn't be taken so literal though sometimes, unless he comes out and says I'm a devil worshipper, and then you're like, okay, that's a bit strange. But
I'm all for conspiracies and I believe all that shit. Like you reverse fucking all the single ladies and shit. You know, there's all weird shit all over Hollywood. But I'm a very fucking, you know, I'm a very critical thinking guy, you know what I mean? And if you weigh up, like, that song's called Unholy, the theme, it's unholy. What's the opposite of holy? Devil and shit. So, like, naturally you'd think video clip makes sense, you know what I mean?
He's not going to be dressed as an angel going unholy.
Right.
You know
but when it's a song like fucking Rihanna has a song or something, and then there's split seconds where there's weird monster heads and reptilian, and the song's got nothing to do with that, then you start to think, what the fuck's going on here? You know what I mean?
Well, like, Well, I was thinking like the whole, bullshit with the Chinese spy balloon. Again, a distraction for something. Fucking Sam Smith, all this weird shit. Like, is there some type of weird, like, agenda going on? I don't know. Weird.
I feel like you link things that are so, like, the world is so big that, there's That's everything going on at once. So, like, you're saying, like, these two things correlate, but there's a million things that fucking correlate, We've just happened to be more in tune with these two things. You get what I'm trying to say? So when you say it's a distraction for this, I've barely even heard of this fucking Chinese spy balloon. I know very little about it.
Did you hear about it?
I don't give a fuck. I heard of it.
I've seen people making parody videos on like their own version, but
some of those are funny.
Well, apparently China's been doing it for years, and they've got balloons all over the place. And then for some weird reason, the US just finally shot one down and said, "You've come too close."
And guess what? The US does the same shit. The US has spies everywhere. It's all bullshit. And then, because tensions and news, they run with it and they make people scared. Now we shot down Chinese balloon, there's tension. Now China, it's just a bunch of propaganda bullshit. Like, shit happens all the time, man. Just fucking forget that dumb shit. Who cares about fucking balloon?
And I guess that's what you pay attention to. Like, ignorance is bliss in terms of if you just don't know about any of this shit, you're like, oh, well, it can't really weigh heavy on you or whatever.
None the wiser, yeah.
Ignorance is bliss. That is such a, seriously, once you start to know too much, like me, when I was young, man, oh my God, the Illuminati and conspiracy theories, it would shit myself. Like, it was terrible. Like, and if I didn't know, I just wouldn't care. But now, like, I'm a grown man. It's just, I don't give a fuck about anything, man. Just focus on what's in front of you. That's all that matters. Fuck, the world could be burning around you. As long as you're all right, who fucking cares?
Well, yeah, fucking. Yeah.
Have you seen Africa splitting in half?
Yeah, fucking. I don't know too much about it because fucking so sad. The whole earthquakes and stuff in Turkey. There's like over fucking 20,000 people dead, and that's not even like finished yet. Like,
that's not what I was talking about.
But I saw all weird, catastrophic events happening all at once. It's weird.
Unrelated, but like the earthquake's terrible. That is, but that shit happens, man. We live in an unstable planet. It could end at any time. An asteroid could come kill us all any instant. It happened to the dinosaurs.
Yeah,
we'll be the last one standing.
Australia's pretty good, but
when do we ever have
cyclones in Queensland? Not earthquakes, but cyclones, bushfires,
tsunamis. Yeah,
but in Africa, the continent, there's big cracks forming. Have you seen them? Huge cracks forming, massive, and it's because Africa is on 3 tectonic plates, and they've known about this, that it's eventually going to split into continent. There's going to be a new continent and shit in millions and millions of years, but like. This has been happening, and it splits like 5 millimeters per year or something. Africa's slowly splitting apart, but recently there's been massive cracks forming in all these countries in Africa. It's starting like big cracks, which is pretty weird timing with the earthquakes and shit in fucking.
So eventually Africa is going to be like split again, and then what is it going to be? Eventually, like water coming through, and
there will be a new ocean. That's what they're saying. They'll make a new ocean,
like a new strait kind of thing, like the African Bongo Strait.
Yeah, but again, that's the same with the news, man. All natural disasters, all this shit's always going to happen, and sometimes it's going to be a little too much. And it's going to seem like it's all happening at once and the world's ending, but it's not.
It's like the news. Just if you watch Channel 9 News, they get all the horrific things going on in the world, literally. Whether it's natural disasters, whether it's like fucking murder, like I don't know, child abduction, like whatever the fuck, and they're like, tonight on Channel 9 News, kid goes missing, blah, blah, blah. Then always at the end they go, in St. Clair, a golden retriever had 8 puppies. And then you're like,
I do the good shit at the end.
But it's like they don't ever give you anything that's like that you care about that's like good. They give you like the most teeny tiny thing to kind of, but then
they scare you. They're trying to fucking scare you.
And guess what? They say the most horrific, terrible shit to scare you at 6 o'clock, and then at 8 o'clock they do it again, the same thing. And then guess what? At 10 o'clock they have the late news, and it's the same fucking shit. Why do people watch that fucking garbage? I don't understand.
I could never understand it. When I was growing up, we kind of didn't have to watch it, but you know how like, I don't know, this is how we grew up anyway. It would be like kind of sitting around like at the TV, all having dinner together. I'd watch fucking Home and Away or whatever, the girls, because I've grown up around women my whole life. I'm just watching Home and Away and Neighbours back in the day. And I was just like, pretend I'm I'll pretend I wasn't into it. Really, I'm like, Home and Away. and then like the news would come on, bro, and it'd be Tony Ferguson or fucking Tracy Grimshaw or something, and they'll be like saying all this like, and when I was younger, I thought this is normal. Okay, yeah, sweet. And then when I got older, it's just like they're just having dinner, watching all this horrible shit. But it's like. And then my dad would be like, you need to know these things. You need to be aware. But I'm like,
no, you don't.
As I got older, I'm like, I don't think you need to, because
No.
like, what does it do?
Yeah.
Like, it's not like most of it doesn't affect us immediate, like directly. You know what I mean? But like eventually, I guess some would, but most of it, nothing.
It doesn't, man. It
Yeah.
fucking doesn't. I'll
Yeah.
preach it till I die, man. Fuck the news. It's making your life miserable. Step one to fucking spiritual enlightenment and freedom as a human enjoying this planet is stop watching the news. I fucking promise you, all it is doing is programming, man. That's all it is. Imagine if, like, they can show you whatever they want to show you, like, and people aren't going to question it. They're not going to doubt it. There's no positivity doesn't get clicks because they feed off fear. So if you use that, why would they show you good shit? 'Cause no
Imagine
one's
if they
gonna care.
changed it up and they just only showed good stuff.
That's why I follow people on TikTok who do that, and they say here's some good news, and it's good shit,
Yeah.
and that's awesome, and it's like very popular. Like these dudes blow up on TikTok giving good news, and it's like people just. I'm glad because I feel like people are getting sick of this and are seeing through. It's just the older generation. The older generation very stuck in their ways and shit, you know. But like the younger generation, people our age and shit, like we're moving on, man. We understand that there's more to this world than how our parents were raised. Now their parents were raised where it's very rigid. You know, you have to do this, go to work 10 hours, you have to fucking do this, make money, and that's all that matters. It's like, man, fuck that. People like widening their minds, man.
There's always going to be the suckers that go for the news. The news will never stop. Like the news would never change from how it is now. If anything,
Never.
it'll get worse.
Never.
But I wonder if our generation is going to end up falling into watching the news, because eventually you got maybe 2, 3, 4 kids or whatever, and then you're like, oh, you find yourself just kicking back with a stubby in your hand, and you're like,
With
I'm
the
watching the
news on.
news, and then you
Yeah.
have like some like epiphany moment where you're like, oh my God, I'm literally my dad back in the day when I was
Yeah.
young or something. You know what I mean? Like, fuck
But you
that.
know what? I think that's not going to happen because of streaming services and shit. We're growing up in different times, man.
Yeah,
It's
true.
a space age. No one sits on the couch our age and goes, I want to watch fucking
Yeah,
free-to-air
it's
TV.
Netflix and shit
That's
now.
true.
So we're going to get old and it's going to be the same thing. Motherfucker, do we want? There's better shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
yeah, yeah.
like, times are changing and shit's going to change just in every aspect of our life.
Well, yeah, I was watching fucking kind of off topic, but not really. Are you up to date with Last of Us?
Yeah.
So what about the episode with spoilers alert? Have you been watching that?
No,
Man,
I
you
will,
need- you need
though. I
to
love
watch
that
it.
cunt, Pedro
You-
Pascal.
bro, you need to watch it. How spot on do you reckon that episode with Bill and Frank was with the, like, so imagine, so this fungi thing, right? They say that it's actually possible.
It's real. That fungi.
Very unlikely, but it could happen where this fungi just starts eating our brains and shit, right? How spot on did you reckon that episode was of Bill and Frank when he finds out about it? The army comes in, tries to evacuate the town, but he hides, waits for everyone to fuck off kind of thing, and then he just stays in the area. Like, think of it. If that were to happen, the first people to panic, like, look at what happened with COVID, right? We still, to this day, 3 years later almost, are struggling with toilet paper. How many times I go to Woolies and they're still kind of semi-empty, the toilet paper area, like the aisle.
Yeah, yeah.
So imagine what would happen with the news lovers and the older people if they saw a breaking news thing, even if it was a prank by like the Russians and shit, they pranked us, a big cyber attack. They'd fucking freak the fuck out. Like,
Yeah,
our
yeah.
parents would be going nuts, I reckon.
Yeah.
I fucking hate
Like-
old people, to be honest. I like seriously. Oh, you cunts are so stupid. You are so fucking stupid. Old people are ridiculously dumb.
Yeah.
And it's just they've been raised in different times. That's all it is.
Yeah.
But you're 100% right, man. The ones who freak out, COVID, exactly. COVID, imagine alien invasion, Project Bluebeam, fucking alien, reptilian attack, whatever. It's going to be the same thing. Same people doing the same shit. The old people freaking out, stocking up.
Well, I don't know. I just thought it was good. It's done. It's filmed so it's done so well, man. Like that show, and I think it's spot on to a T, bro.
It's literally like I'm not going to give any spoilers, but like I played the game and the game was so amazing.
Oh,
to
how
this
good was
day,
it?
it's
Best
still
game
the
ever.
best game I've
Yeah.
ever played because I used to froth on storyline games. Like I used to love finishing a level and then I'm like, I put down the remote
And watch
I'm
the
watching it,
cutscene, yeah, like a movie.
So, yeah, like it was so good that like this was years ago. I forget when it was made, 2013 or something.
It's pretty old now.
But like, I remember my ex at the time and my two sisters, they were never obviously gamers or nothing, but it was the only game in my life where when I would play it, they would sit on the couch
And
behind me
watch,
and
yeah.
watch me.
Yeah.
And at the end scene, I'm not going to give anything away, but the
Oh.
end scene, I was like tearing up because I was like, and the way it's shot on the show, they purposely do camera angles like the game. So, for example, if they're driving a car, the camera will be in the back seat. You'll see the back of Joel's head and Ellie's head, and they'll just be driving like this and like on a bumpy road, and you know, like the scenes where they're trying to hide from the clickers and then like. And they're trying to use stealth to kind of get around, and
just like the game.
And I love their bond that they have as well. Joel and Ellie, like, just fuck already. You know what I mean? No, but seriously, man. And that guy, Pedro Pascal, he's an amazing actor, but this has blown him up out of not out of proportion, but out of the water, bro. Like he was on Game of Thrones, wasn't in there for long, but he was amazing. He was in so many other things, but now this has put him on like such a high status.
I've loved him. He was in Mandalorian. He's in Mandalorian. Narcos.
And both things, right? Everyone's calling him the daddy of movies because Mandalorian, he's like the dad figure of is it Grogu? Like little Yoda.
Yep.
His mission is to look after Grogu. And now protect Ellie. So it's kind of like he has this little role where he plays so well. Just amazing, man.
Well, he hasn't. Any show he's done hasn't rated under 80% on Rotten Tomatoes, and they're like the most strict rating thing in the world. Yeah. And every show he's in is like the top.
He's fucking awesome, man. I loved him since I saw Narcos.
Yeah,
man. Everyone in Narcos too. I love the other Diego Luna as well from the Mexican one. He plays in Rogue One. The other guy with the mustache.
Oh yeah,
he's fucking awesome, man. All those fucking Latino actors, bro. You fucking mad.
Yeah,
man. Honestly. The main cop in Narcos is he's the reason why I got the mo. I never used to have a mo, bro. I used to always go to the beard and then shave everything clean off.
Yeah.
And me and my missus, this is when we were still living at my grandma's house. So this is like 6-7 years ago now. I'm watching Narcos, and I'm watching this copper. He's got the blonde mo and the blonde hair, and it was just clean shaven and the blonde mo. And I'm like, that looks fucking fresh. And Chloe was like, no, it doesn't. I'm like, nah. I'm like, hold on a second. I'm like, this cunt's a sexy cunt. I'm like, and I had a beard. I'm like, I'm going to do it. She goes, nah, don't do it. Don't do it. It's going to look weird. I'm like, nah, fuck it. So I went to the bathroom, shaved everything off, left the mo, and looked myself in the mirror, and I was like, whoa. And then Chloe come in, and she's like, it actually looks hectic. I was like, bro, I've never not had a mo since. It's been 6 years I've had a mo.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Mustaches are in now too, bro.
Mate, they're the best, bro.
It's the fucking 80s all over again.
Yeah.
Bro, if I do it, I look like fucking Freddie Mercury, bro.
White singlet and shit.
I was gonna say, I want to see you.
And I suck dick as well. So it's also, nah. But like legit, like I literally did it once. I'm telling you, like, so they used to, so I was on a big construction site. I was an apprentice at Stowe, like an old electrical company. And I remember I was like getting the lift up, and it was at 7 o'clock, so the lift's packed, right? Like everyone's getting up to their levels.
Yeah.
And I remember I came in and everyone was just like, bro, what? And I'm like, oh no. And yeah, half an hour into the day, I already knew I made a mistake.
Yeah.
But because I'm stubborn, I'm like, I can't get rid of it. The day they bag me out, I can't come in the next day having a shave because I just given in.
No, you got to rock it, bro.
I get up like the level before mine, the door's open, right? And a mate of mine who's like he's like riding a pallet jack like a scooter, right?
Yeah.
And he's riding it like a scooter across, and he sees the doors open, and then the doors are about to close, and he locks eyes with me, and all he does is this, mama. and then I was like, ooh, and I'm like, oh, and everyone in the lift looks at me and they start cracking up, bro. And as he's like said it, the doors are closed, and I'm just like, I hang my head in shame, bro. I'm like, oh, fuck.
I would have just ripped off my shirt and gone, ooh, and full started going along with it, bro.
Oh, bro.
I love it. I will never go back, bro. Our granddad had a mo for like fucking 50 years.
Oh, really?
Apparently my mum reckons he shaved it once and then he looked fucked, so he never shaved it again. He's had a mo ever since.
I feel like I remember him once shaving it.
Nah,
I swear there was one time. I swear there was one time. I don't know, Mum might be able, I swear I remember one time he had it shaven. I don't know if I'm tripping.
I do not remember ever seeing him without a mo.
I wish I could have thicker facial hair. It's been getting thicker, but
he gets the Asian Chinese mo.
And it gets long hair.
The little Miyagi mo.
I could twist it and shit.
Yeah,
you get that
as long as I've known you, you've had the beard,
and you don't want to see me without the beard. Trust me. It's seriously like a pair of sunnies for the bottom half of my face. I'm like, I feel so like protected. Like if you really want to fuck with me, like if I don't have any I don't have any enemies, right? But if they did want to fuck with me, they'd shave it in my sleep, bro, and then just shave one in the middle or something. So it'd look like mutton chops. And I'm just like, bro, it'd be so fucked. Like seriously, like without a beard. Like Tori, my missus, hasn't seen me without a beard, and when I take her back to old Facebook photos, because now photos. Facebook's always fucking with me, bro, and they share memories that
I feel without a beard,
yeah. But I feel like Facebook's going, bro. I can't wait to show Joey this memory, and it's like me with like no facial hair, acne, and like just fucked, and I look like a thumb, bro. I'm like, oh my god, but yeah, found myself finally, but yeah,
it's a thick beard too, man. You're Egyptian, aren't you?
Yeah, yeah. So it's kind of like a cheat code.
Yeah, you got the fucking Egyptian.
But it's only so thick because when I was younger, my old man always had a thick beard. So I was like wanting to grow up so fast. You know how like you're heaps younger, you're looking up to your dad, and you're just like, shit, like I want to be more of a man. Yeah. So I'd shave when I didn't need to shave. And you know how they say to get it thicker, you need to just keep shaving it. So I would just shave when I didn't have to, and then eventually it just fucking grew out.
Like fucking.
Is that how thick can you like?
Oh, bro, I've gone like
you can get it thicker than that.
Yeah, I've got it thick, but then like it's so funny because I'll have it thick for a while, and then I'll go to my barbers and I'm like, yeah, can you just like shape it up a bit around here and like just have it a bit more pointy? And then I'll go see someone after, and they'll be like, oh, like you've lost weight, but it's just but I'll just be like, yeah, I've been doing 400 push-ups a day, and I'll just go with it. But really, it's just the fucking facial hair, bro.
It's crazy how much you can change just with facial hair, right?
Yeah, you should leave yours and see how thick you can get it, bro.
That's it.
Really? That's like the max level.
I might. I will.
Like I said, the only time if you keep shaving it, that's the only like.
I shave pretty often. I shaved
yeah?
2 days ago, but like I don't know how thick it gets. I don't think it gets much.
It's also genetics. It's like we were saying with African genetics. If you tried to run like Usain Bolt, it's never going to happen. Yeah. But, so it's like,
And it's, like sometimes I feel like, when you see those people, you always see someone in a show or something and you're like, I want to try. And then you see like a clean shaven. I think maybe clean shaven. Let me try. And I go clean shaven. I look like a fucking
toddler, eh?
I look like a fucking baby. I'm like, I'm never doing this again, bro. Yeah. But then now it's been so long since I tried it. I'm thinking, should I try it? Yeah. But I know as soon as I do it, I'm going to be like, fuck this.
Bro, if I had clean shaven, I reckon I'd look like I'm a fucking in the Ku Klux Klan or something.
Yeah. You look like a testicle,
man.
Like
a testicle.
Hey, bro. Look at my hair too, right? I have to get a haircut. I get a skin fade. I get. Last podcast episode, you probably fucking... every week. It grows that quick. So fucking quick, man. It's annoying. I'm wasting like fucking... I need a subscription service for haircuts,
yeah, bro. A personal barber.
Because,
I'll tell you how you like kind of counteract that. You got to do something with the top. So you got to grow it out somehow and come up with like a certain style, because when you have kind of like a short hair like you do on top, I find you need, when your fade goes, like grows out, it looks like kind of shit, right? But when you have like longer hair on the top, you can kind of get away with it for an extra week or two, I find. Because like when you have shorter hair, you always got to have the skin fade, always.
Because when I first started doing it, I had longer hair on top, but then I got sick of it. Like I like changing my hair pretty often. Like,
yeah, you go through some wacky. You had like braids and like long hair down to your fucking. At one point, remember you had hair down your shoulders and shit. Like
when I had the braids. Yeah, I had the braids and the shaving on the sides, and then I had the slick back and. Yeah,
bro, dye your hair purple or something.
I like having short hair. I don't know. I'll probably go bald at some point.
Really?
Just give it a go. Fuck it. It grows so quick. Like, why not?
True.
Like, people get so conscious about their haircuts and shit. They're like, oh, give me shit. I'll try anything, bro. I don't give a fuck, because it grows back so fucking quick.
Yeah. I think it's more of a big deal for girls, because that shit takes ages. Isn't that funny? They grow their hair so like it takes so much longer.
Yeah,
I don't know.
They got no they don't have the like testosterone hormones. Isn't that what it is for hair?
I mean,
for us?
girls still have testosterone. Like, probably be surprised how much testosterone they have. But
but isn't ours in our hair? Like, that's why our hair just goes. Maybe, that's why we get hairy chests and like legs and shit. No, I don't know.
But like going back to that beard thing, I feel like the last 5 years or so, don't you think it's the era of facial hair?
Yeah.
As in, like back in the day, like old school generations. When I started growing my beard, mum's like, "Oh, just shave it." And my grandma, when she was around, she was like, always like, "Oh, I'll take you to the barbers. You need to get it." Like, she thought that I didn't mean to grow. Like, she thought, it was an accident. It's almost like she's like, oh, like felt sorry for me. Like, you got to go to the, and I'm like, what do you mean? I'm trying to go. No,
I'm trying to grow the beard.
And sometimes I was so, because like she was such a fucking lovely woman. I'd be like, oh, I'd feel bad for rejecting. Like, I don't want one, so I'd go in against my will and shave it. But I'm like, oh man,
she thinks
like,
you let yourself go or something.
Yeah. But now I feel like it makes you gain a few points. You know what I mean? Like if you're an ugly cunt and you have like some nice facial hair. Fair enough, you're still an ugly cunt, but you're an ugly cunt with facial hair. So you're like,
man, our grandma's not as modest, man. If I walk in, I'm looking scruffy. It's like she literally goes, "You look fucked." Like in Spanish, like you need to get a fucking haircut. Like you look like ridiculous. It's fucking crack. I'm like, shut up. Like fucking, fuck, that's funny as. Did you do any notes?
Yeah, I got a few notes, man. I also did some Instagram polls too.
Oh yeah, you did. Yeah, you got to show me how to do the anonymous ones. I want to do the anonymous ones.
I'll show you after. I got something interesting about Africa. Right. Okay. So everyone knows the lost city of Atlantis, right? Well, in West Africa, there's this thing, Atlantis, as it's described by Plato in the original text and shit, it's like a circular structure, like a circular city with water. It's like these circles that go, it's like a target, big circle, small circle, and it's like city in the edges of the circle and then water in between. And in Africa, there's this thing called the Richat structure, and it's like this big underground, like excavated site in the middle of the Sahara in the West Africa. And it looks exactly like what Plato described. And there's evidence of water having been in that area like 12,000 years ago and shit. So there's a lot of evidence, and people reckon that Atlantis, the lost city of Atlantis, is actually in the middle of the Sahara. And I saw a big compelling video on it, and there's a lot of cool evidence, and like, fuck, it's crazy to think it's actually like could be a real place, man. And it's like, right, it could be right there. But the Sahara Desert is one of the least excavated places on Earth by archaeologists and shit, just because it's so hard. It's so hot and shit. Hard.
It'd be hard to even just dig there too. Your excavator would just be fucking hitting like hard rock and shit.
But if you think about it, 12,000 years ago during the Ice Age and shit, it was all green. Yeah. Who knows what kind of crazy empires and cities and shit are there that we have no idea. So after watching that video, I'm like, fuck, man. It probably is Atlantis, bro. Like, if you look it up, it's called the Richat structure. It looks exactly like what they describe Atlantis to have been.
What was the vibe with that? Was that that was just a city that got sunken, right? Or
yeah, that's what they say, sunken city. Yeah.
Well, fuck yeah, I never knew that.
And there is evidence of water having been there. Like, it's pretty. Like,
but like, isn't this all underground though?
It's not. It's like.
Or it's
that's
half.
what I wonder too when they talk about these excavation sites. But it's like, half. I think there's like it needs to be dug out more.
Yeah.
It's like Machu Picchu, right? Or what's the city called? Am I getting confused? Machu Picchu is a city in the mountains in Peru, right?
Yeah.
That's not the temple. The temple's something else, isn't it?
Alrighty, hold on. Sorry for all the fucking Yanks that are going to roast us on TikTok now. Machu Picchu.
Anyway, I don't remember.
I can already see it coming.
The city, I believe it's Machu Picchu. The city, like the excavate, you know about the city high up in Peru. Well, when they first found that, it was just like grass steps, and they started slowly excavating it, and you can see the progress. And now they've dug it out so much, it looks like that you can see the full thing. So that's how these things work. Like, they start little by little. But there's so much undiscovered shit, man. Anyway, I thought that was interesting. But
that's fucking cool. That's cool.
And it's crazy that there's people out there that are willing to go to those lengths to do the things they do to give us information like that. You know what I mean? Like,
there's people that devote their lives to it.
Yeah,
like they will waste 80 years of their life trying to look for Machu Picchu, and then like they just find a couple of pebbles and stones, do a crazy article. Next thing you know, you're like 85 years old. You're like, oh fuck, I just fucking waste my life looking for pebbles and shit.
I got a few funny things now that I think you guys will like. Right, I was thinking about this the other day. First of all, you know, in movies, like how there's a cliche. Like something that's cliche, like when in a movie they're walking and then they're like, "Oh, he's right behind me, isn't he?" And it's like, you know, those things that are done like in every, but you don't know. There was one point where someone did that for the first time, and it would have been genius. Like, you know what I mean? Like all those cliches in movies. I was thinking about it. I'm like, fuck, I wonder, like, you know, where these things start. But then I was also thinking about from that,
Remember WWE, bro?
They used to be my life.
Me and the boys at work.
I get all these funny ass WWE videos.
Bro, do you remember fucking Jeff Hardy? Did you do that dance, bro? Today, me and Mike were at work and there was this pile of like road base, which is like just rocks and dirt and sand and shit. We had a pile there and then there was like these stairs and then went up to like a balcony and we were just both looking and I was like, he's like, should I swanton bomb off that into the sand? I was like, bro, please, that video would go viral. And I can just picture him jumping up there going ding, 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 and then he just like misses the pile. Like, but yeah, that shit. Remember when we were little, we used to go to our dad's house and bro,
game. We frothed that.
And we
PS2
used to
game.
fucking go on the trampoline and fucking bash each other and shit, bro. Fucking.
I'll just crack up there. It was so politically incorrect. Like the shit they used to do.
Bro.
They used to objectify women all the time.
Bro,
like,
funny,
man. Yeah, and like I swear, like some of them, they used to like. Obviously, WWE was like it's like fake, but they used to like pretend to bash women and shit in there. Like there was this old lady who I forget who did it to her, but like this old. Oh yeah, that's right. Remember the Dudley Boys? Do you remember there was like a white fat guy and a black fat guy, and they had a move. It was like oh fuck, the WWE fans are gonna fucking roast me for this, but like I forget what it was, but it was their special move.
The Dudley jump.
Whatever it was. No. But he kind of like, it looked like a Batista bomb, but he kind of went off the stage onto a table. And I'm telling you, it was actually an old woman. It wasn't a person in dressed up. Woman, It was an old woman. But obviously they have techniques to like not officially like kill them.
Yeah.
But like legit from the top of the stage, fucking boom. And it was like, and then JR, remember JR was like, oh, fuck off.
Yeah. Fucking.
That woman has a family.
That shit was fucking awesome.
There
bro.
was so many funny shit that happened. Like,
bro, the white people used to say the N word. Bro, do you remember they did a whole thing where they did that arc where they were all trying to say that Batista raped Melina? Do you remember that? It was a big, massive arc, like a full storyline.
Well, was it actually the storyline for the show?
It didn't happen, obviously, but
of
that was a full like a month. Like they dragged on for months where they. You would never be allowed to do that now.
No
way.
There was also a clip where fucking The Rock, he's like, The Rock's on stage. He's like,
Chinese.
Yeah, he's like, let me tell you in Chinese. And he goes, bing long, ay.
Oh my God.
And like, if he did that now, he'd be cancelled.
He'd get in a lot of trouble, bro.
That'll crack up that video of Booker T talking to Hulk Hogan.
Oh, and he says it, bro. I'm talking to you. And have you seen actually? Have you not seen that?
And then he holds his head.
Because he knows he fucked up.
Oh, that's so funny.
You haven't seen that clip?
Oh, yeah, but that would have been on fucking coke, steroids, all the shit.
Oh, they're off their guts on steroids, bro. Like
the Triple H troll he's got that hammer.
Oh, so funny, man.
That's just fucking
that shit. That WWE world is like legit, and it keeps growing, bro. You'd be surprised. I used to go. I went on a streak there when for 8 years I would go every Sydney show that they would come. Like, I would make signs. I'd paint signs.
Oh, did you? I never went. We never went. Yeah,
it was amazing, bro. I used to watch Raw, SmackDown. Every Wednesday was Raw. Every Wednesday from 3 p.m. till like 5 or 5:30 was Raw, and then every Friday from like same time 3:30 to 5:30 was SmackDown. And then I used to watch all like SummerSlam and all these like pay-per-views that have. And like Eddie Guerrero was one of my favorites. Unfortunately, he died.
He was the best.
Heart attack or something from I think steroids. Like Chris Benoit, that was kind of horrific.
Terrible,
that was horrific, but you know shit like that, bro. But that goes to show as well. Concussions. I reckon concussions had something to do with. Chris Benoit.
That's what they put it down to.
Yeah, like apparently when they did an autopsy, he had the brain of like a fucking 70-year-old with dementia or something.
He was fucked.
Yeah, like he was all fucked in the head. But because those motherfuckers work 360 days a year, bro. Like they don't have days off.
It's not easy, man.
No.
Have you seen that clip of like youngsters trying to get into the WWE and Triple H is like trying to mentor them and like he's like the judge and he's like telling him, he's like, all right, you take a bump. And
yeah, I have seen that.
Have you seen that? And
he's like, your nuts hanging out.
Yeah. And they're taking bumps. And then Triple H is like, all right, look, he's like, what's the difference with that bump and this bump? And he does it. And it's like he's given it 150% every time. And he's like, what's the difference between those two bumps? He's like, and it's just, it's crazy like how
when you say bumps, what do you mean?
Like, you know how
falling over hitting the mat.
When they fall on their backs and hit the ring, that's called a bump. So obviously there's a technique where you fall back hard where you don't hit your head and fucking knock yourself out, but it's just all on your shoulders basically. Okay. That's called a bump.
Yeah.
Well,
I thought you meant he was giving him coke.
No, fucking do it. Fucking because now they've got WWE was basically dying now until Logan Paul's got into it recently. And I got to give it to him. I don't like the fucker.
But he's good at it.
But he's a good wrestler,
he's
man.
An athlete, bro.
He's he's already doing backflips off the ropes and shit.
Yeah.
And he's a big boy too.
He's got the build for it.
Yeah, he fits in there. He's good for
He's good. He's good. But I just don't fucking
I think he'll. But that's the reason. It's funny. Like the WWE world is so big. Like he's gonna be so much more loved now that he's in the WWE. Like you know what I mean? Because they'll if they play him as like the good guy or the bad guy, I'm not sure how they're playing him. But like either way, like it doesn't matter if you're a good or bad guy, you're still contributing to the storyline and the whole thing. But like I reckon he's going to be so loved there. He's already getting mad respect for what he's done at WrestleMania.
I think they're trying to tee up because you know how Roman Reigns is like now like he's like Roman Reigns like the new Undertaker. He's like undefeated
The new
at every
John Cena.
He's like undefeated at every event.
Yeah.
I think they're trying to groom Logan Paul to finally be the one who beats him. I think that's what Mikey was telling me.
Yeah.
Or they're finally grooming someone to finally beat Roman Reigns. I think it's Logan Paul.
I'm not into it as much as you two by the looks of it. I just thought it was funny. Like
No. We're still look. I'm not watching it.
I know.
Yeah, but you're in the loop.
I'm up to date, bro. Because yes, this is cool. Because obviously, like I said, like
it is entertaining, man.
it's entertaining, bro. And Logan Paul's doing good, man. Did you see? He's got a drink. Him and
Prime.
KSI.
They're bringing it to Australia soon.
And it's he's partnering with it's the main UFC drink.
Yeah, the
Bro,
UFC drink now.
Apparently, Brad was telling me today at work, KSI and Logan Paul are going to Town Hall Station and handing out the drink.
Yeah, they're coming to Australia.
That's going to get fucking chaotic. Apparently, I think it's tomorrow.
Something like that.
They're going to... I didn't even know they were in the country.
Yeah. Town Hall.
Town Hall. That's going to be... You're not going to be able to get down the stairs to the station.
No.
So what, they're just going to rock up, like unguarded, just handing out bottles of this drink. Apparently it tastes like shit as well.
Yeah, apparently
really?
it's very sweet, very sugary. But
It's like the new fucking
they got
Gatorade
like a
or-
watermelon.
We should
So,
try
like
it.
a watermelon strawberry flavor or
Should
something.
we get a bottle for next week?
I'll definitely want to try it.
Can I
but,
just say one more thing
3
about
bottles.
WWE? There was this one thing. Remember Vince McMahon?
Mm-hmm.
There was this one part where like he's come out like it was like Batista and like John Cena, Triple H, everyone in the ring, and something was happening like after a match. You know, sometimes after the match is done, they're just having like quarrels in the ring, like arguments.
Yeah.
And Vince McMahon comes out to his intro music and he's like doing his little strut, and he runs to the ring, right? And as he's running, you know how they dive into the ring and they slide?
Yeah.
Bro, the corner of the ring, right? He's dove, but the front of his quads, right, when he dove, hit the ring and he fell in. Bro, he blew out his quads. He tried to stand out. He tried to stand up. So you'll see it. There's a clip on it on YouTube.
yeah.
So he dives in there, boom. And he tries to get up, collapses straight away, sits on his ass. And everyone else was like, what's he
It's
doing?
not part of the script, yeah.
He's sitting there and he starts going, and everyone's just like, oh, and you know how like because they're really good at improvising.
Yeah,
so
they try to,
the
yeah.
kind of the show just went on.
Yeah.
And you can see the ref kind of kneels down to Vince McMahon. And he's just like you good, blah blah. And because they used to do this thing, the refs, if they were like, say you're on your back and you're like passed out, they'd grab your hand, your limp hand, and then if you're good, you got to squeeze back.
You squeeze
but
back.
if you're not, and
That's when
that's when
you're
you know
out,
you're fucked.
You're
But
out.
then I remember he did that to him, and he's just kind of playing it off like a badass. He blew out both his quads, bro.
They were... Bro, Undertaker, bro, used to wrestle with broken ribs, broken hand, a broken hand.
Yeah.
Mick Foley was like wrestling with a fucking broken leg and shit. They loved that. They were full professionals. They loved wrestling.
Yeah.
They gave it their all, bro. It was cool to see, man. Like,
I saw a clip of Rick Ross doing. He was hosting. I don't think it was WWE. What's the other? There's a
ECW
couple,
and
something like that.
There's
But
other
Rick,
brands.
AWF.
Rick Ross was a guest host or something.
Oh my God.
And this match is a disaster, bro.
Oh,
It's
really?
funny as Rick Ross is on the stage, right? And this big guy comes out, and Rick Ross is talking or whatever. And he's like, the music doesn't start, so it's awkward as. And,
Oh,
they're trying
no
to, and Rick
music.
Ross keeps talking. He's like, you one big motherfucker. And then the wrestler turns around to the host, and he's like doing this like to shut his mic off. But they don't. And then the guy comes out. It's just a disaster, and some random guy comes on and starts bashing him off the side like a
Rick
tattooed
Ross.
guy. Not Rick Ross. The whole fight, Rick Ross is talking shit. He's saying the same things over and over again. He's like, "We better make history. We making history," and the whole match is silent. It's fucking funny as I was pissing myself laughing.
Fucking awkward.
I don't know what it wasn't WWE though, or something else.
I would. Just one more thing.
Remember the boogeyman too? The cunt used to eat worms.
The boogeyman. Yeah.
I'm coming to get you.
They had some cool characters.
I'm telling you,
man.
we should do the next party we have. We should do wrestling themed, where everyone picks
That'd
a
be
wrestler,
fun,
and
actually.
when you rock up, everyone has to go quiet, and you do your entrance into the ring. And then
Oh, that's a mad idea.
Yeah, we can have matches.
Booyaka.
Yeah.
6
have matches and shit.
I don't know if you seen
I'd be Hulk Hogan, man, for sure. But fucking.
I don't know if you seen on Instagram post the other day. I was like, it was like a memory, and then like me and the boys went away to Newcastle or whatever, and we're like, big bender, and we're just like, for some reason, I don't know how we found ourselves in like, I think because one of the boys were like sleeping with the girl, and we were like he was in the room with the girl, and we were just like, how funny would it be if we were just like. I don't know how he got into this, but like, you remember how Edge used to have that, you think you know me? And it's like, and he runs into that and he just sprints. I'm like, imagine if we just like turned off the lights were turning off. I was like, smoke machine, you think you know me? Just run into the bed and just like, and then my mate was like pretending to be Undertaker. He had like a black wig. Don't ask me why he had a black wig. And he pretended to do the tombstone pile driver to me, and he's pinning me. You know, he used to pin. He flicks his hair back and he's like. And everyone is like cracking up. It's one of those beat that had to be their moments. But shit like that, bro, we just used to take the piss, bro, because that's the thing with WWE. It's like it's so big, but you can full take the Mickey out of it because it kind of takes the Mickey out of itself in some way. You know what I mean?
It's definitely self-aware of like what it is.
Yeah,
that shit was great, man. Fucking awesome. We should do that next special. We'll throw each other through tables and shit.
And you know what the crazy thing about it is? We have the wrestlers and shit that we're all familiar with in the WWE, but it's so old that even before our time, there's like wrestlers that were just as popular and just as big wrestlers we don't even know and shit.
Like all Diesel,
like Macho Man, Randy Savage, and Diesel and shit. Like,
fucking, they were from fucking like the 80s and shit. They were fucking bashing each other and shit.
That's crazy.
But the older ones were so evidently on coke, so evidently. Like Macho Man, he's like, hey, I'll tell you, bro. like really intense. And the interview was like kind of like scared of what he's gonna say next. Like crazy, man.
Okay, man.
Pulse. Have you heard of the rods from God? So the rods from God were planned by the US military to drop like telephone pole sized blocks of tungsten from space, like to launch them into orbit, and every time like they could hit any location in the world within 15 minutes, and it's no nuclear weapon, no bomb or nothing, it's just a big fucking metal beam, and they would orbit them, and then whenever they wanted they could just drop them anywhere on Earth, and that was a really close to being like
allowed
actioned into like,
oh my word, was this recent or like?
No, this is old. I think World War II time,
shit.
maybe before, if I'm not mistaken. But World War, it would have been like space age time, space race. And like they're called the rods from God is what they were going to call it.
Wow.
Like fucking, so I can't remember the full story. It was because some other country or something had some type of ballistic missile that they were testing, and this was the US's idea, where they could beat it because they had a speed. These ballistic missiles could hit anywhere within fucking
30 minutes or something,
And they're like, in 15 minutes, with these things, if they orbit the Earth constantly, and whenever they want, they just fucking drop them. And there's no, like, even though there's no explosives, since it's from space, and it's such a big metal beam, the impact is so large that, like,
because think of the speed. Think of the speed it'd get too. If it was so, what was it? Literally just metal.
Tungsten. Tungsten's like a very hard, like fucking. Like there's aluminium? A type of it's like a type of metal.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting.
So wait, what was the whole point of them though? It's just to like
defense,
just a weapon.
Oh, true.
Just
like military defense. Yeah,
military.
Like
so much destruction though. You know what I mean? Like,
well, fucking again, fucking. I don't believe any of it, but they're trying to heighten the tensions with like Russia and that again. Like it's all
the whole world. It's all fucking fear. Even China too. Like it's just bullshit.
Like China's getting
fucked in there.
Yeah, they're making out like China's and getting all crazy and shit. Like Boris Johnson. I saw a clip of Boris Johnson, the knucklehead. He's explaining a story when he was on the phone to Putin, and he's like talking in his dumb ass accent. He's like, "Yeah, fucking Putin said something about like, oh Boris, if there's nothing that like a ballistic missile can fix you up with if you keep going the way you're going or something." And I was like, and everyone's like, Putin didn't say that. And everyone's like, fucking, we know you. Like, because Boris Johnson is like known to be the chronic liar, apparently. That's what all the British people reckon.
That guy looks like he has always just woken up.
He looks like a Boris. He looks like a Boris, bro. Like, fucking.
And you know what? I can believe that he's a chronic liar too, because, you know, have you seen those interviews where they're doing like, it's like a light-hearted interview. They're asking him like what he ate last night and what he did yesterday and shit. And he's like,
making it up on the spot. He's like, well,
and they voted him in to run the country, bro.
He's like, yesterday. Well, they're like, what do you do for fun? He's like, well, I
go well space hunting.
I build model ships. That's what he says, or something like that. Like, little.
It's the way they talk, eh? It's like it's always just procrastinating the next answer, bro. Fucking the British people are fucked as well.
Have you seen? Do you know who the Prime Minister is now? He's like a Indian dude, like a half Indian guy.
Oh, really?
Name. Yeah, I didn't know until recently either.
Wow, because they're chronic racists over there, aren't they, in England?
Not really. It's no different to here. I reckon it's a bit. It's
I
very.
think
it's a very multicultural country.
Yeah, but they're pretty bad. Like especially, bro. Look what they do to the soccer players.
Yeah, I guess.
If you're a soccer player playing for a team, and the poor bastard misses a goal, and you're like black or Asian, or they full come up with chance for the next game.
Yeah, I guess.
That's bad, bro.
But doesn't that happen to like anyone who misses a goal? And
No, but like bring in like fair enough if you make just a chant like you missed, you suck, but when they're calling them like Asian cunts and shit like that just because they're playing sport, and this is their own team, bro.
Yeah.
I would never, bro. That'd be like me going for Penrith Panthers, right? Nathan Cleary has missed many field goal in his time, but the Penrith Panthers fans, we don't get in the stands and go, you fucking like, I don't know, say his dad was born in fucking, I don't know, New Zealand. You fucking New Zealand fucking can't go back to your country. Yeah. We don't do that. Like we do like, he might get a fuck you idiot, but that's it.
Fuck you.
That's it. But over there, they throw shit at the players. They fucking get laser beams in the eye, flares. Like it's bad. Like they're bad, bro. Those cunts over there, man. It's sad.
Yeah.
Because if I was a fucking player on the team, I'd be fucking flashing my nuts and shit. Like, you can't. I won't fucking score a goal again, you fuckwit.
I won't score a goal again.
Like, it's fucking sad, man.
People just gotta have a brain, really, to be honest.
Fucking
don't
bodies.
be a fuckwit.
Bodies.
The last thing I want to say, TikTok is definitely reading our brains, man. Definitely. I was thinking at work a couple weeks ago. I was thinking at work of getting a haircut. I didn't express it to anyone. I was thinking about it, and I was thinking in my mind, like, fuck, maybe I'll just go bald, like, shave it off, fuck it. And then a couple minutes later, I opened TikTok. No word of a lie, 3 fucking videos in a row about haircuts.
Yeah? Really?
And I was like, fuck this shit, man. I'm telling you, it happens so often. I'm thinking of something. I never express it out loud. Thinking it. I don't Google it, nothing. And it pops up on fucking TikTok. Explain that. What's going on? It's some technology we don't understand in these fucking things,
balloons, man. I'm telling you.
It's fucking actually concerning.
Well, I've got a question for you now, since Joey's our new little co-host. Relating with the social media things, but first, do you have a celebrity name? Because I've just been calling you Joey.K. It's got a cool ring to it, but have you thought of like a...
No, not really. I'm like kind of boring, bro. Like with that, like I don't know. Like I've never really had a nickname. I've just been like Joey's like technically my nickname.
Joey.K sounds cool.
Joey.K. Or like I mean some
Joey's
of the
a cool name.
some of the boys fuck around in my other group. They call me Special K because bro, I've had some moments in my life, bro, where I'm just like, bro, you're special, eh?
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? Special K or fucking
And that branches to my next question. How do you feel about social media? Are you big on it?
I probably use it a bit too much, and I probably like to be quite honest, like it's fucking weird, bro, because like I feel like social media, depending how you use it, but it's like a little like social reward system, which means nothing in the big picture of things. But I feel like it, like with certain posts, you can be like, oh, why? Like when you actually think, why are you posting this, right? Because certain people don't post things at all, and they're very like low key and whatever. And like have mad admiration for those people. Because I feel like when you post a lot, you kind of like subconsciously, I feel like, probably applies to myself as well, but like you're seeking like external validation through likes or attention or depending. But if you got like something, an avenue that you're exploring and you're doing it for this reason, fair enough. But if you're just posting to post, it's fine to post, but then it's like sometimes I'm like, I post something and I'm like,
okay, why did I just post that?
Yeah, like a workout video. Then I'm like, I'm no fucking like I'm not like a vlogger or like I'm not like but why did I do that? But I'm like, oh, maybe I'm proud of myself for getting PBs. So I'm like, fuck yeah. But then I'm just like, am I doing it for like external validation?
Or for myself,
Or for myself. So it's just like, sometimes I feel like I'm just I just get swept up in it and I'm just like, oh yeah, I like sharing things or like whatever. But at the end of the day, Like no one really cares. No one really cares. And what's a like? Like that like button, bro, is like a serotonin or endorphin hit, bro, where you get it and it's just like a little drug. You're like, ooh.
Someone cares.
Yeah, bro. It's like a notification. You're like, ooh. And then I'll just go through the pic. Oh, who liked my son? Yeah. And then it's like, who gives a fuck? You know, at the end of the day, like why? So I like it, like, and I use it a lot. So it's kind of like contradicting what I'm saying. But I'll admit I'm like kind of, I don't know. I feel like I'm smart enough to admit like I even do it sometimes for external validation. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's kind of sad. It's kind of sad, but people kind of like do it. You know what I mean? I feel like most people that post do it for external validation. Is that not correct?
I always wonder that when my missus hangs out with her sisters, right, and they hang out and they take photos, whatever, and they're talking like they take so many photos and talking about which photos to post. And I'm thinking like, just fucking post it. Like who cares? Like no one's gonna fucking look at it for that long. Like no one gives a fuck. They're gonna scroll past, click it, and that's it. Like,
I'm not gonna lie. I find it interesting though, like how, especially the females, how they just care so much. Like. Not to bag them. It's interesting.
The only reason we post is because we have to for this.
Yeah, look, I'm not trying to exclude myself out of this picture, but it's because I'm running a fucking business here, right? So it's a bit different for us, but yes, it's the same. Like sometimes even with the FriendlyFire page, I'll post something and I'm like, fuck, why did I post that? But like I've said this since day dot, we have to post to stay relevant. That's just how it is. Like,
but you guys aren't posting like, oh, look what I had for lunch today. Like I post food snaps of what I'm eating. Like people give a fuck, bro. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, bro, legit. But sometimes I'll have something hectic and I'm like mad. But then sometimes I'm just like, you know, getting after it with this tuna and rice. And I'm like, bro, no one cares. So like, but like sometimes I feel like I'm just as bad as the women, bro. Like not in terms of like, when I take a photo, because I'm so amazingly beautiful in every way. No, I'm joking. But like legit, and it's more of the fact that guys care a bit less what they look like. Like, don't get me wrong, if someone takes an ugly ass picture of me, I'm still like, yeah, I won't post that. But you're right. Like with some women, like or a lot of women, even if they look heaps good in it, they'll still nitpick. It's weird. But that's because like there's so many girls out there that are Instagram famous and they touch up their photos. So it puts other girls that aren't as attractive or are as attractive, but they don't do anything to their photos or as much. So it makes them feel less than. So I feel like they try to overcompensate with and be very selective. Like some girls I notice, like some girls will just be like, oh yeah, I'm going to post this. And then they'll be like, oh, no, I'm gonna get rid of it. Or like the Tori will be like, upload something. Oh, no, I'm not. She was gonna upload it, but she's like, no, I'm not. I'm gonna get rid of it. I'm like, just like you said, just post it, kind of thing.
Very sad. Yeah, women have such a warped like.
And even if they're not
self-esteem.
Even if they're beautiful, right, and they have nothing to be. But that's the whole insecurity thing. It doesn't matter what anyone else says to them. If you have an insecurity, like you see that, and then it's like no matter what anyone tells you, sometimes your own mind overlaps anything that. Anyone else can tell you?
I disagree. I don't think it's a warped mind. I think just what it is women have, from day dot, made it such a competition thing with just something as simple as posting a pic, and amongst them, like so the thing that sucks about women is a girl. So if I was a girl, right, I'm so reluctant to post a photo because I know the moment I post that. I don't give a fuck about the likes. They don't care about the likes as much. It's they know that every girl that's seen it is judging. That's what I think the difference is.
They don't care about the guys.
They don't care about the guys.
No.
They're girl posts and then the 50 other girls that see it are going, ew, what's with the hair? What's with the shoes? What's with the outfit? The love handles? The this? I think that's what it is. So it's kind of now gotten to the point over the generations now where it's a literal fucking... It's this real sad like... go at each other when we should just be post cool, like move on.
Well, people do that, but I find there's a lot of girls like women empowerment online is like full at the most it's ever been. I reckon. Like I reckon like there's a few like sometimes Tori will see someone out, right? And I've been with Tori for like over 3 years, so I know who her friends are, who she's not really friends with, but. Say we'll see someone and out and they'll be like, oh hey, I'm like, oh who's that? He goes, oh I'm friends with her on Insta. So but they don't like know each other. but they comment on each other's pics, be like slay queen,
slay queen,
or like fuck like but like that shit. It's still healthy. It's kind of weird though because like you're not really friends, but you're friends via Insta. But I mean, I feel like a lot of girls do lift each other up online, which obviously that like we need
do it more
of.
often. Even if you're a boy,
hard.
fucking lift it up. If you don't know him, fucking slay.
And don't be judgmental, man.
Yeah.
Be impeccable with your word. Everyone, is just trying to do their best. You got a trade on that or what? I've been looking at that. That was because I was looking at it before. It was all the way at the peak there at the top. And
That's why I told you the trade I missed. So Kyle, pay attention. You'll be learning this shit.
Fuck, I'm keen. I'm gonna go home and do.
So what I just before we get into the Instagram polls, just off topic. Remember when I said when we were waiting for Joey, I was like, oh fuck, I missed the move. So honestly, I'm on a win streak. So I've taken for 2 weeks. I've been trading with real money. I've taken 4 trades. I've won all 4 of them. I'm up now. I've made over about. So I put 4 or 5 in. I've got 4, almost 4.8. So 4, 5, 6. My math is horrible. So I'm up close to $300. Not much for 2 weeks, but
you're taking it easy.
I haven't lost.
Like you were saying in the other app, you bet little.
Yes.
To get more because you know what I mean? It's safer.
So
you don't risk more than 2%.
So my analysis was, as you can see, I've drawn my box, my demand zone, my support zone. This is hard too because it's on the 1 minute time frame. But I used the higher time frames to find the main support areas, which I predicted to be. I wanted to enter before yous came because as yous were rocking up, it was the beginning of London session, 7 o'clock, where London stock market opens. The open of any session, not so much Asian. I don't really like Asian, not enough volatility, but I won't get into that. London and New York. New York is midnight for us. The volatility is insane. That's when most traders are going in for a scalp and then they're done for the night. So I wanted to jump in there and I wanted to exit at my next box. But as you see, it's just skyrocketed and kept going. Which again, if I took that trade, I would have been 5 from 5. But because you rocked up, I don't like trading when I'm rushed or when I'm distracted because in case I make a silly mistake or I don't see something. So I would have been 5 from 5, probably would have made about $60-$70. But it is what it is. I'll do it again tonight.
The next ship's coming, bro.
Do it again tonight for New York.
This strat looks mad, man. I gotta get.
I'm telling you because it's very simple.
You could also, it looks fucking mad.
I'm telling you, don't fucking all these bullshit indicators and that. It doesn't work. That shit doesn't work. You just need to find support resistance. And I'm telling you, bro, I reckon my strat at the moment is 100% win rate. 4 trades, 4 wins.
Send me exactly just this strategy you're doing because this is the most interesting.
I've already sent it.
Yeah, but just what's the one that's going to just give me the rundown of how it works, like basically?
So I'll send you the rundown, which is TJR Trades, which is the young guy. So he's about, I think, 20. He's already a millionaire.
Just send me the one video to get this strategy because it's good that we already know everything.
Yeah. So this strat is a mixture of TJR Trades and then Donvo, the Asian fella who I shared a story. I don't know if you saw it. He made He just come back from a vacation like the Bahamas. And on Wednesday, the live stream, it was his first trade back. It was his first time trading in like 3 or 4 days. He made $6,000 in like 15 minutes. And this is real, guys. So the listeners are probably sick of it and they're probably going, this is bullshit. But I'm doing it now myself. It's fucking real. So, and it's funny too, because once I start making like $1,000 trades, you watch every cunt's going to be going, bro, show me, teach me, DM me. Yeah. So Kyle, because you got in early, bro, I fucking got your back, bro. So good on you.
Now I got a laptop. I'm keen.
Yeah, I'll send you the videos. I'll send you the videos.
Just the main ones.
Oh yeah, look at this, bro.
2 or 3, just so I can start.
Look at that trade. I would have predicted. It would have been beautiful, bro. I probably could have made $110 from that.
Look, you could have even shorted it there at the top.
Learn.
All right, let's get it. All right, everybody, thank you for replying to the polls as always. Shout out, I put up a post saying what's a poll we should ask the listeners. So if anyone had a poll, interesting question to ask. And Jezza from the Safe Boys, shout out to you as always, bro, says, what kind of tradie is the king of tradies? And we got a lot of answers.
Sparkies.
Holy shit.
They make the most money, right?
Or one of them all plumbers, but they deal with shit though.
Nathan Oyen says, office workers, mate. Those guys are the backbone. Then Carl Whitehill says, the steel fixers.
Interesting.
Holloway says, bricklayers. Bricklaying is tough, man.
Bricks.
Tough.
But what was the question though? The king of...
What's the king of the tradies?
Which tradie is the best tradie?
But bricklayers remind me of the slaves that built the pyramids.
Yeah.
No offense to bricklayers, like as in like, are they really kings?
a monkey can do it.
Because kings deserve to be fanned with a fern and then fed grapes. That's what I'm doing. When I'm doing a PowerPoint and I'm like, fan me, bitch. And I'm doing lights and I'm getting paid mad money. And it's like, they always bag electricians out because like the pansies, like we never get our hands dirty.
Make the most money.
We make maybe plumbers
one
and
of the trades.
One of.
You make a lot of money.
Lately, like nowadays, like it's a lot, like the wages are great, but it was always Sparkies were at the top.
Yeah.
Other trades are coming up now. But I feel like bricklayers, bro. All respect to bricklayers because you work for your money, bro. And there's no slacking off and finding a little bloody hiding hole. You know what I mean? It's like you're out there and concreters, bro. But I don't know about
a gorilla could do it though, man. And fucking
a nutless monkey could do
robots. That's going to be one of the first trades to go when robots just go.
Brick.
Gone.
Anyway, Zexa says carpentry. It's pretty skillful, isn't it? Carpentry's pretty.
Yeah, carpentry's pretty good actually.
You got to think.
Jesus was a carpenter. Come on, man.
I think Jesus or Joseph.
Oh, fuck
I think,
Joseph the carpenter.
I think Joseph.
Jesus is like a god. Why is he need to work?
Joseph wasn't even his dad. He was just fucking Mary's partner.
Mary's pussy.
Pierce says insurance brokers.
Pierce, man. This guy kills me, bro.
Megalodon says concreter. Shout out to Baines. Shout out Baines. Don't know who you are, but shout out to you, bro. Must be a concreter. Tyson TN says a Steely, the Carl Whitehill way. Carl Whitehill must be a Steely. That's what I'm pretty sure he said that in the first answer. Meg Dogs says fire sprinkler fitter.
Ooh, they make really good money
too. Yeah,
but
how often do you have to fit a fire sprinkler?
But the thing is, the fire sprinkler is their only avenue of work is big commercial fit outs, right?
Yeah.
So it's not like domestic installations, like houses need fire. So they're like, so unless you have a big group of boys and like you got like a big commercial team going, mad money. But you know, you can't do it domestic. You can't do it by yourself. You know what I mean? You got to have a team and domestic. Yeah, but they get really good money as well. Like,
I've heard that.
I've never even heard of that. It's like so many trades, Like fucking
it's ridiculous.
Titan Quotes says automotive. TJM Records fan page says music. He says nah, jokes. Plumber.
Plum.
Yeah, music's a tough trade, man. Get these hands dirty. Look, got calluses on my hands and shit. Jazz says plasterers, cash in hand cunt.
I love how you said cunt. Like cunt. It wasn't like cunt. It was like cunt.
Cunt with a C word too. Cash in hand cunt with a fucking capital C.
Oh, nice.
Like he typed that like he was like G'd up. Yeah. He's like, cash in hand cunt.
Joey says electrician. It's a good one.
It's not biased at all either.
Yeah, I wonder why. Jared Cremona, shout out to you, bro. Made our first pieces of merch.
Shout out.
Says sign writers. Most people don't even know what it is or that it's a trade.
Wow, I didn't know it was a trade. There you go, bro.
And then Dakota Jones says bricklayer.
Bricks.
So I don't know too much about trades. Never done one in my life. Never will.
They all suck.
Respect to everybody, man.
The one who makes the most money is king.
When people say they are the backbone of the country, they kind of are in a way. You know,
they all fit their little role. You know, even the sign writing, right? Like
everyone does it.
I was going to get my car wrapped, and they do exactly that. They do anything and everything to like, and they promote businesses. So if anything, like they're almost like maybe they don't get paid the most, but they're the ones that kind of advertise for all the other trades. You know what I mean?
And they're very creative too. Because Cremona, I've seen the shit he does too, and he's like very good at like painting and art and shit.
And it's the type of thing you can't fake. If you're shit at it, it shows.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool stuff, man. Respect to everybody working for their money. Some people, you know, you got to get after it.
Meow.
Then I said, which type of drunk is the funnest? Beer, wine, vodka, or whiskey? 21% beer, 21% wine, 41% vodka, 17% whiskey. 7 votes for beer, 7 votes for wine, 14 votes for vodka, 6 votes for whiskey. Now, I don't know about you two, but I have a very different drunk from all 4 of these.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Beer, I can chill. If I drink a lot of beer, I can get a bit like silly, like a bit, but I will get tired.
Yeah, you fall asleep.
Yeah.
And then with wine, I get sick, man. Wine makes me too much.
Wine's headaches.
Headaches, and fucking vodka's if I'm day drinking or there's a party or something, it's got to be like a fruity, girly drink or a spirit, pre-mixed juice, you know. And that's my fun one. That's the funnest one for me, in my opinion. I always have the most fun. But whiskey is the weird one because I feel like it's like nothing. Like I can do everything on whiskey. Like I don't feel like I get fucking drunk as from whiskey. Like I feel like pretty normal when I drink whiskey, which is pretty dangerous.
Mate, it's that Tommy Shelby vibe, bro.
It is. Like did you get that?
I used to get. Have you? I don't know. There was a thing where like I used to get like when I was younger, back at house party days, where all it was Smirnoff Double Blacks and like vodka was my main thing. When I would have whiskey, I would get aggressive, and I'm not an aggressive person. But when I would drink whiskey, and I mean like get fucked up, I would like it would change like how I was. Only the stage where you know you get so drunk you start barely remembering shit.
Yeah, at that point,
I'd get aggressive like I was a hard cunt, which is not who I am. But and then eventually I grew up and your body just changes and how you react. But now it's all whiskey. Like I went from vodka. Don't get me wrong. I wish I'd changed my vote. I said whiskey, but that's only because I like it better than anything else.
Yeah.
But when I relate it to fun, I guess it is vodka because so many messy moments, man, with vodka.
Vodka, like if I start drinking those kind of drinks, like I want to dance and I want to party and shit, but none of those other ones really get me like that.
That's a rare occurrence of you going out and
that's
drinking.
The thing, but that's why if I was to say favorite drink, it'd be very different because I don't drink to get drunk anymore.
Yeah,
I just drink every now and then. So I love whiskey. I love beer. Whiskey probably my favorite to just drink.
Yeah, I love whiskey.
Same.
I love whiskey.
But yeah, funnest. Yeah, fucking vodka, man. Always.
When's the last time you actually went out and like full? Like obviously it's different now. You got a kid and whatever, but like. Yeah, like I feel like every time we had an event, it's like, oh, is DZ coming? It's like, oh, he said he was going to come. And then I would always know, like, that guy's not coming. Like, or if you came, you'd be the most, like, relaxed, just, you know, in your own element.
Because even then, I'm a very in control guy. Even then when I get fucked up, like, I'm really not in control. I'll be the most fucked up and I'll still be the one that has to talk to the fucking whoever, like the authority or when we're going out trying to get something. Like, it's just... I'm very in control. Like, I'm really very sloppy.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time I got really fucked up. I don't remember. Couldn't tell you. What about you?
What do you mean? When isn't
when I'm fucked up?
Because I know when you get fucked up, you pass out.
Iggy's such a fun time.
I have half a drink and I'm fucking for
Bro, Iggy's favourite line when we have a party or something, right? When he gets real fucked up. Like there's a fine line, right? When Iggy is too fucked up, it's like, all he says to you, bro, is like, oh, I'm fucked. And if we had a compilation, right, of the night, like a time lapse and a compilation,
like
it'd be him going, walking on and barely talking and just going, I'm fucked.
I get messy, man.
But then it's like when you get Iggy in that point where he's like kind of on one of those good nights where, I don't know, the stars align, maybe you've had mad sleep, you've had a good feed.
Anything,
Because the thing is with the alcohol, man, if you miss a few meals or you're hungry, you're go into it, you're gone. Or if you're feeling a bit sick, it's like it brings out that sickness, but in another form.
Personality
it's like of sloppiness, you know what I mean? Like, but I don't know. When Iggy gets to that zone, I'm like, fuck yeah. But other times, he kind of carks it early. Not leaves early, but like your soul leaves early.
Yeah. Oh yeah, my soul cut goes home at 7 o'clock. My body's
I'm like, see you, Iggy.
Yeah. Iggy. Okay.
Then I said, do you believe TikTok is reading your mind related to what we said before? 61% said yes, 39% said no. That's 20 votes for yes, 13 votes for no. I'm telling you, man, I'm on to something here, man.
Chinese Bible.
And I'm not alone. 61% agree. And I said also related to what we were talking about earlier. How often do you use social media? Way too much, a healthy amount, very rarely. 60% way too much, 26% a healthy amount, 14% very rarely. 21 votes, way too much. 9 votes, healthy amount. 5 votes, very rarely. Too much. More than I want to.
Yeah, but if you didn't do this stuff, I doubt you'd be the one to post much. I think the only reason, but then again, do you mean just scrolling?
Yeah,
like, okay, yeah,
posting.
True.
I don't post as much as I should. I don't take enough photos. I wish we took more photos.
Yeah.
But I scroll too much. I scroll too much. I'd be lying if I said I didn't.
Yeah.
But
Is
it's
it
just
one of the first things you do when you roll out of bed? Because I've tried to stop that, but it's hard sometimes when I snooze and then I wake up and I'm like,
Next thing you know, you're scrolling. Yeah,
but then I'm
fucked.
like, oh, like it's right in your face. But like, some people say you shouldn't touch your phone. Just start your day, do your little normal routine, and then maybe later pick up your phone. But man, that thing is like,
yeah.
you know how when you don't have your phone on you and you're like, something's missing, but I don't know what. And pretty soon you're going to work out it's your phone and you start doing the whole pat down. And you're like,
you
fuck,
panic
like,
and fucking.
it's like, yeah, because I went to a comedy show, Dave Chappelle, like the other night. Oh, amazing.
Was it
Best
hilarious?
comedy show
Oh,
I've ever
God.
been to in my life. I've been to like a handful, maybe 5, 10.
Yeah.
But like, amazing, right? But because he's so prolific, they make you put your phone in individual pouches, lockable pouches for the whole show because you're not allowed to record nothing. Whereas I went to another one and it's just like, they just have signs, don't use your phone. But this one, like you have to put it in there. Anyway, so many times during that comedy show, bro, I wanted to just be like, and because he can't record, I'm like, oh man, what's the time? And I try to look at the time even. Something so simple like that, like looking at the time, like, what's the time? And my phone's in this lockable pouch, but it made you more present, bro, and it made the experience more amazing. And that goes to show, like, everything in life, if you just take it in without your phone, like anything, like so many people like will be like, I'll be with my mates watching UFC, something so simple, right? And there'll be like a fight happening, and anything can happen in UFC, like a knockout. I'm at a mate's house, like maybe Liam's house. He's got his phone at the TV while we're watching the fucking thing. But it's the same at a concert. You go to a festival. How many people at the festival, they're dancing, but so they're looking at it, but they're there, but they're making sure they got the right, or like selfies or whatever, having caps, whatever they're doing, shelving caps on their like whatever. But like they're doing everything, but through their phone. Yeah, but once you don't have your phone, bro, so the phone, man, it has a hold of me.
Yeah, it's good to be present in those times. And you know why they do that? I found out at the comedy shows. You know why they tell you you can't film and shit? Is because the comedian is testing out new material that's going to be recorded and released as a special. Yeah. So if you're filming it, you're going to know the jokes.
You ruin the special, yeah.
That's true, yeah.
So
I didn't really know that when they're doing a comedy show, they're testing out. They're doing new material. Yeah. Testing out.
Can I, this isn't like on Dave Chappelle's, so it's not like I'm ruining his thing, but he had 3 openers. Oh, yeah. One of their jokes, bro, it was so funny. It was like, he's like, I dated a girl with Alzheimer's once. And she's like, she caught me in bed with another woman one morning. She walked in and she was like, who the fuck am I? she had Alzheimer's. It's like, bro, but it's like, obviously it's funny, like the delivery of like,
it's the way they
say it, but it's like, bro, oh my God. So funny, man. But Dave Chappelle's a king.
He's the best.
He's the best.
Greatest.
He's the funniest guy, man.
Hey, sorry, 1 sec.
No, you're right.
Do you know he lit up 2 ciggies during the thing inside in Kudos Bank Arena? Inside, right? You know you're high profile when you're smoking inside a venue. And then I thought he was taking the piss. He was saying a joke. He pulls out his pack of ciggies. He's like, blah, blah, blah. And everyone's just like, woo, because he's basically like, what? Like, you're gonna kick me out? Because they know like that he's bringing in so much money, like whatever.
No, if you can do whatever the fuck you want with him, man.
Dave Chappelle's so cool too. Like, I love how he smokes and shit while he does his set. Like,
and he makes me want to ciggy. Like, I don't really enjoy smoking that much. I'm like, if I smoke a ciggy, I'll have a few puffs and I'm like, oh, why did I do? But he's like,
makes it look fun.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Then I said, GOAT TV show. Now, this is a good one. This is the last one too, I think. We got some anonymous things too, not many. But GOAT TV show: Breaking Bad, Peaky Blinders, Sons of Anarchy, Game of Thrones. 9 votes Breaking Bad, 11 votes Peaky Blinders, 3 votes Sons of Anarchy, 9 votes Game of Thrones. The only one I haven't seen on here is Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones is good.
Whoa. But the ending's kind of
Peaky Blinders for me, man.
I can't vote because I don't know. I chose these because these are shows I love. Fucking love Breaking Bad. I love Peaky Blinders, Sons of Anarchy. So good.
Peaky Blinders, man.
Peaky Blinders is so good.
It's top tier. That shit. Like, I want to be Tommy Shelby.
Have you seen Sons of Anarchy?
I started and never finished.
That's
it.
amazing. It's amazing.
So good.
I've heard some good things about that one. Yeah, fuck.
Yeah, Peaky Blinders is really cool.
That for me was. That's the reason I started drinking whiskey.
But
no cap.
Like the biggest thing with those shows, and that's inclusive of like Peaky Blinders, I didn't finish it fully, but I know Tori finished it and she was gobsmacked by the ending. But Breaking Bad for me was my all-time favorite show because like they do it in Peaky Blinders, even though I didn't finish it. but character building, right? Like in Game of Thrones do it. But for example, Breaking Bad, because I'm going to reference this because it was my favorite. But like at the start, you have this nerdy scientist teacher and he's like such a bitch. He's got no mojo. He's lost his mojo. He's that, you can tell he's like that middle-age crisis type. And he's just like going through the motions, right? He gets diagnosed with cancer. His wife's just riding him all the time to do this, do that. And he's just a bitch. But then you see he does it initially for his family and you believe him because he's on his last leg. He wants to make some money. Then he realizes obviously the cancer's like, he's in remission and he's like, but then he realizes when he doesn't have to do it, he might not have to do it anymore. He makes the choice to do it, right?
Keep doing it, yeah.
And then when the wife finds out and then he gets her involved in shit, you notice that like, she's like, you do realize we have this amount of money. It was like so many millions of dollars. Yeah. And he's like, you can stop this. You can get out. And he's like, yeah, let me tie up a few loose ends and I'll get out. But then you notice that he starts to love it, bro. And he's not doing it for anyone else but himself. But because you've grown to love this character, all of a sudden you love the bad guy.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's this one scene, bro, where he's like, like someone almost killed him, but he got to him first and he killed that guy, right? That was trying to kill him. And the wife's like knew someone was out to get him. Unbeknownst to her. Is it unbeknownst? Whatever.
Unbeknownst.
She didn't know, but he already killed this guy. But she's like, let's pack up. We got to go. Like, you're in danger. Like, what if they come looking? And then I remember there's a line and he's like, who do you think I am? It's like, let me fill you in. And he's like, you think I'm in danger? And he's like, you think someone's going to knock on our front door? And he goes, no, I'm the danger. He's like, I'm the one who knocks. And she's just like, and she realizes
he's a monster.
He's a monster, bro. And like he tries to get him out. And like at one point we're leaving. They don't want to leave. And he's got the kitchen knife because he's trying to, protect someone coming for him. But then when they deny it to go, he's like in a wrestling match with his wife, but he's got the knife in his hand. Ooh. And then all of a sudden the kid's protecting the mum. And he's like, he looks at the knife. And he drops the knife and he realizes that he's a monster, you know what I mean? But that character building of like, that's what hooks me, man.
Have you seen it?
Like, same thing. I started it never.
Bro. It is a bit slow. Yeah. It is a bit slow.
Bro. The first season was garbonjos.
It's not even the first season. It's the first couple episodes. I was the same. I watched the first episode, didn't watch it for ages. And then Breaking Bad. Now I'm thinking about it. Wow, that is a fucking cracker show.
I'll get back to it.
That is a cracker show.
Eventually.
So good, man.
And he treated Jesse like shit, bro. The amount of shit he done to Jesse and like Jesse's girlfriend. Jesse's girlfriend was ODing, bro.
And the way they end it is perfect. They end it right at the perfect time. They don't overdo it like shows drag on. Yeah. But that scene, bro.
Yeah, I haven't got that far, so don't ruin it.
Such a good show.
But I like the shows where they come out weekly. For example, Last of Us, which that did, right? But I watched it when it came out weekly originally. But obviously, heaps of people that catch up. You binge, right? Would you prefer binging a show or weekly? Because weekly is a bit of a dick tease. Because you're like with Last of Us, for example, I'm the episodes go like that because I'm so immersed. And then I'm like, fuck, like I got to wait another week. But don't you think it makes you more emotionally attached to the show when you got to wait for it?
Yeah, definitely.
Because if it's at your fingertips, if you're like because when I get hooked on a show and I binge, I'll be on like the stepper at the gym. If I'm on the stepper for 15 minutes, I'll get 15 minutes of The Sopranos in or something. You know what I mean? And I'm just like looking at, or I get home, I'm eating dinner and I'm like, I have it on, or any waking moment. But then when it's on at a certain time, I sit down, bro. I'm just like
you stop everything to watch that thing.
Yeah, but I don't know. Binging,
it's hard.
Good question. I'll do that for the next podcast.
You'll think the
I thought this thing's fucking up. But I'll do that for the next podcast, that question.
Yeah, binging or...
But I don't know. I love binging.
I love it.
Don't get me wrong, I like it.
I love binging. Way better.
But the amount of times, like that's the reason why I stopped Peaky Blinders, because I was binging it so much. And don't get me wrong, it's a good show, and I might actually have to watch it again from the start because it's been so long. But because I was binging it so much, I'm like, I'm getting over these pommy fuckers. You know what I mean? It's on me.
That's so good. I love Peaky Blinders.
I was addicted. Even my missus liked that show. Yeah. She loved it.
All right, let's get on to the anonymous questions. Someone says, I'm a guy, but I use the girl's bathroom every day.
Okay.
Someone says, I have a secret tattoo that no one knows about.
Okay, well, fuck, I wish I had more context to that.
Someone says, the earthquake that happened in Lebanon and Syria are fucked. Yeah.
Yeah, that's bad.
I mean, like, of course they're fucked.
Yeah.
No one's being like,
yeah.
It's good. Yeah, it's terrible. The Matrix came after FriendlyFire.
These motherfuckers ain't gonna get me, man. Even when I'm rich, they can't get me. No way. Never. I'm gonna start cooking meth like Walter White in the backyard and fucking.
Call himself Heisenberg.
You are the
and
danger.
shit.
Don't worry about me, man.
And the fucking Pollos Hermanos guy, that's fucking cool too.
Pollos Hermanos.
The fucking
the chicken, the chicken shop
Moff
guy.
Gideon. Yeah, that's a great villain.
Pollos.
Breaking Bad, so good. Someone says Holloway rapping is very impressive. It's like I found out something I wish I knew before. He's a very talented guy, very quick learner too.
Does Holloway rap?
Yeah, he rap singing.
It's like rap
Kid
singing.
Leroy, Kid
Yeah,
Leroy.
yeah,
kind of-
rap
we have a
sing.
great song coming out very
Yeah.
soon too, by the way.
Yeah, it's fire.
What phone do you have, and is it an Android or Apple? You two both Apple, right?
Apple, yeah.
Apple.
You got the newest one?
Yeah. Apple
13.
13, yeah, 13.
Is that the newest?
Nah, 14's in yours, I
I
think.
got Samsung S22
TZ's
Ultra.
got 45 cameras on his
Yeah.
phone.
Samsung.
Fucking it's like a
Oh,
little
Samsung's so much
spaceship,
better.
bro.
It's upsetting that people are so like
He's got a little
Oh,
pen.
are so
God.
trapped by fucking Apple.
Jesus Christ.
How often do you use that though?
Yeah.
Not as much, but you know it's pretty cool because you know what you can
But
do
it's
with
there.
it. You know what you
Yeah.
can do with this thing, all right? You can set it up. I could put the camera. I could be standing far away and use this as a clicker. It's got
Yeah.
to take the photo and shit.
Dude, that's cool.
Oh,
There's a lot
that's
of cool
cool.
features.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cool shit you can do. And also I can highlight. So I can highlight text that's like not like a picture from an image with this pen, and then copy and paste it into notes. So it'll
that's
be
cool.
like it's cool.
Like a
shit.
shortcut.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's cool shit you can
That's
do.
cool.
Yeah, so that's what phone I have. Spill some tea on the government's secrets. I don't know any government
Yeah.
secrets.
Well, that's why they're secrets.
Yeah, what the
they
hell?
wouldn't be secrets.
That's a whole
I love
nother
how it's like
episode we can
they
get
think
into.
that like we know. Like
yeah.
It's funny that we don't know who these people are, eh? Like these random.
It's cool. It's cool.
Do you speak another language? If so, you should podcast with just speaking that language. And see, it's crazy that people saying stuff like this. It's like someone that doesn't know us too well. You know what I mean? So it's like
We can speak
someone
Spanish.
who's invested in the show.
Yeah.
We can speak Spanish, but not like
not fluent.
We're fluent enough.
We're fluent. Like, we
There's a
can-
couple
I
things.
could
that-
live.
I
We
can't
could.
imagine
you
you
could
speaking
tell we're not
Spanish.
native speakers for sure. But
I can't imagine you speak. I can imagine you speaking Spanish. Cannot imagine you speaking
I
Spanish.
speak
don't
better
know
than
why.
him.
Really?
Yeah, he
Say-
doesn't
say
speak much.
something.
Like what?
I don't know. Sweet nothings. You can say you're an asshole in Spanish and not melt.
Yeah, like, oh my God.
I
It's
don't
fucking
know,
amazing.
man. But he doesn't speak much. We both speak it, but you don't speak much. You
I
prefer
definitely speak
English.
better
But would you?
No, you don't.
Yeah.
No, you don't. Ask
I
ask anyone
yeah.
in the family.
I speak.
I
way
speak
than you.
better Spanish
So
than
when
this
your
motherfucker.
grandparents speak, right?
Definitely.
Yeah,
And, and then do you reply mostly in English? You know what they're saying,
He
but you
said
just
he talks English to them. I speak Spanish to them all the time, but he chooses to speak in
I do
English.
both.
But not as much as you should. I don't know why.
I should do it more.
You should,
But-
man. Because I do it because I like to I want to get rid of that Aussie accent. You know,
you never
Try
get
to-
rid of
I
it.
know, but like,
Never.
you know what I mean.
I feel like to learn another language successfully, like fully, you have to like move to that certain country, I reckon. Because,
Yeah.
actually, maybe not you guys, because you still have grandparents that speak it.
Yeah.
So you would have to kind of spend more time with them and really
Yeah.
just like pick it up, right? But I was trying to learn Arabic. I lasted like a month, right? And I was doing it on verbling.com. So I got this tutor. He was living in Poland, but he was from Egypt. And he was teaching me the because there's different dialects. There's like the Lebanese speak a certain dialect.
Yeah.
Like what's it called? Assyrian speak a certain dialect. You know what I mean? It's all different. But he was teaching me the original, right? And then so I was learning how to read and write and speak, right? So fucking hard.
Yeah.
And I had to do homework all the time, and it was like weekly. And because I was just working, and because I'm not really around that,
Yeah.
I kind of like I noticed that I was slacking off on the homework a bit, and I would learn a few words, but like it's just different, man. Like he even said, he goes, I know it's a bit much to ask. He goes, obviously it's going to take longer for you to learn because you're not around it, but a lot of people, if you live there, you have no other option. And I'm like, well, I can't just move to fucking yeah, you know what I mean?
Assignment move there.
Have you tried Duolingo? I was
Yeah,
learning Japanese on there. It's very good.
But like,
It's very good.
so the difference is Japanese. When Japanese people talk, they sound like they're a Siri, just an Asian version. But when you speak Arabic, it's more like you have like a
lot of
Arabic would be hard, I imagine.
yeah, because like kind of like German, right? German would be very very hard to do. Like if you're an Aussie, if you know you have an Aussie accent, you're saying you want to get rid of that in Spanish. imagine an Aussie speaking German.
It's Weizen.
Yeah, like Guten Tag or whatever. Like, you know, you'd have to
Guten Tag, dude. Guten Tag.
Yeah, like you'd have to actually. It's everything. It's not just learning the words; it's how to say it. So the problem is with Duolingo. Sorry, it was like it was teaching me words, but it wasn't. I would use those words to Arab people, and they'd be like what? It's almost like if someone was learning English and like, how are you today? But you're supposed to, how are you?
That's how you're getting taught.
Do you know any Arabic, would you say?
No, not really. You
can understand, mate?
No, like when my nan was around, we used to go Sunday, like when I say Sunday lunch, we were there from 9 a.m. till like 6 p.m. Like it was every Sunday, big family there. And there was times where, because all of them kind of spoke it, my dad mainly replied in English, like he does with your grandparents. But then I would kind of know the topics or like what was being discussed, but then I wouldn't pick up exactly. Like they could be saying some, you know, crazy shit I wouldn't know, but I'd be like, oh, they were talking about this or that. But then obviously when my grandparents passed, I think that was my grandpa knew 7 languages, like 7 languages. Like in Egypt, French is huge. I don't know why.
Oh yeah.
But if anyone's living in Egypt, they definitely know French. He knew Mandarin. He knew obviously Arabic. I forget the other languages he learned, but like was crazy knowledgeable, right?
Yeah.
But very smart man. But I feel like nowadays it's so easy with technology. I feel like you don't need to speak another language. It's good to, but Google Translate or this and that, like this, they make it so easy. To be lazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where I wish my dad was more proactive in keeping the language. I wish that he was more proactive with teaching me. But at the end of the day, he married a Pommy. We're in Australia.
Yeah, that's what's happening with us. We married Aussie girl. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I want to teach my daughter Spanish too, but we don't speak it that much. We should speak more. Yeah, let's speak to each other in Spanish. Next podcast is Spanish only.
That's the one I won't be attending.
But yeah, we should. Both of us, man. We both need to improve a little bit. Found way to get rid of the bots on Instagram. All you have to do is they have to follow you to comment. Oh, that's for fucking, you know, when you fucking put hashtags. Every time you put hashtags on Instagram, you get all these fucking bots commenting on your photo. So if you want, you can put people who follow you to comment only.
Okay.
We need Izzy Locks on the podcast.
Yes.
Yeah, you do, bro.
Yeah,
How haven't you had him yet?
No, I've been talking to him. Possibly next week.
Does he listen to the show? Does he watch the show?
No, probably not. But I did message him. I was like, look, I've been trying to tee up with Izzy for like a year.
Yeah.
But
when we had the old setup, we talk about it.
Yeah. But possibly next week.
Izzy, man, stop being lazy, bro.
Yeah, he dropped a project too, so it's a good time.
Hey, his latest song, is it Promises or Promising?
With Buddha Smoke.
Buddha Smoke. I've met Buddha Smoke a bunch of times. I've ended up at a get together. He knew a mate. We have mutual friends. And I met him and Pleaser, you know, Ray. Like, and I got a video on my phone. I didn't know Ray was a rapper, and he just started like freestyling and shit. And then Buddha Smoke started freestyling, and I was like, my mind was blown, bro, because you know I love rap.
Buddha Smoke's good,
bro, lyrical genius, bro,
good.
crazy. But yeah, that new song with I thought Izzy up in the inbox, bro. After I listened to that song, I was like, bro, your flow is fucking unmatched,
that was great.
Bro.
That was
crazy.
That's a cool name, dude. Buddha Smoke. Who is Zexa? Sounds like a motorbike brand. I don't know where Zexa got. He's a big fan of ours.
Yeah, big fan.
I don't know where the name's from.
Big fan.
Was it just me, or did you notice a big storm that happened the other day? It was more like a hurricane. Not really.
I heard on the radio, but I didn't.
know.
We got nothing here in
what
West
you're
Sydney. We didn't get.
What's most important to you? Family, music, life. Last one. Do you think this year is the year of the underground? For the underground?
As in like in the music?
I don't know.
No.
I feel like that was when drill and shit was like that was the underground.
Yes. You had your chance and it's gone. Drill was kind of like, even though I hated drill was a good thing to help boost like underground dudes wearing masks and balaclavas and shit, and it's gone. So no.
Because you can't really branch out much when you're doing that stuff.
Nowadays, it's into guitars and auto-tuning, mixing with singing and sing-songy type shit. Like Kid Laroi, fucking Post Malone type shit. That's always going to be like the main fucking thing.
I'll tell you I love that lately. Fred Again. Do you know Fred Again, that DJ?
Never heard of it.
No?
What?
No,
it's like, hear the rumble. You did that song with Skrillex? No?
No,
bro, I'm gonna show you him after the show, bro.
fuck.
What the hell? I just had one of those moments, bro. Where you're just like, oh, you know this? Everyone's like,
no.
That's crazy, bro. Okay, yeah.
Oh, that's it, man.
That's all your things?
That's it, man.
Damn.
You got anything else you want to say? You look tired.
That's it for me, man. No, I'm good.
You good,
that's
bro?
it for me. You look tired. You like
I was
fucking
tired.
I need dinner, bro.
I haven't eaten, man. I was tired coming in.
It's a little mascot.
I love this fucking dog. Look at her. She's adorable. All right, well, fuck, guys. Joey, our new co-host, man. Welcome aboard, my guy.
Yo.
Well,
yeah.
thank you guys very much for episode. Was that 54?
54, man.
54.
I'm gonna call this episode Machu Picchu.
Machu Picchu.
Man, I mean that's it.
So,
That's it, man. Come back next week. Go again.
Another ep.
Go again. Joey, anything you want to say, bro? Welcome aboard.
Man, just happy to be here. To be honest, it's good.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like easy, like it just comes natural. It's like it's not like like I said, the first time I came on here, bro, the mics and the fucking the headset,
Yeah, like
and
froze you off a bit.
bro, froze me off hard. My voice was like, like you feel the pressure of every word
Yeah,
you say.
fuck
But
yeah.
at the end of the day, I feel like I don't know, the flow's good, and even though
I feel like we bounce off each other.
sometimes,
like,
yeah, and I feel like you have like it's funny because like. Sometimes when Iggy has his opinion, sometimes it's like I feel the controversial. Sometimes I'm like
cancelled.
yeah. Like a lot of the time, it's like it ends good, right? But sometimes when you're like, you know what, females, man, and I'm like, I'm like, ooh, and then DZ balances you out hectic because DZ's like,
I try.
yeah,
guys.
Since episode 1, this motherfucker's getting us in trouble, bro.
I'm not saying everything you say is controversial, but I feel like every now and then you say some controversial shit. But I feel like you need that one person in the show to like say that stuff because it does challenge, like, you know.
Cancel these fucking nuts, bitches, right? You never fucking cancel me, right?
He's just saying what a lot of people think. And
You'll never cancel me.
Exactly, yeah.
I am the Matrix. You'll never get me, right? You'll never be able to fucking stop me. My opinions are my opinions. But as you said, DZ once in an episode, I don't have a racist bone in my body. I don't hate females. I don't hate anybody. I love
Chloe with the eye roll.
yeah, shut up, bitch. I don't hate anybody,
Yeah.
right? I just, I'm saying the facts.
Yeah, Iggy just hates bad vibes and Asians.
And-
No, I'm joking.
at the end of the day, it's also it's his show too. So.
Exactly.
You can say whatever you want.
Cancel these fucking nuts.
Freedom of speech, bro. That's it.
Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah, thank
you
you.
again, DZ, Joey. See you next week. Choo. I hate.